You won't know what hit you.
Let me have some fun!
Let's get this mission started.
This will be a good fight.
Got you in my sights.
Neutralized. Come on.
just on another level.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sets here on a Monday night. Yes, we're back to nighttime hours in the UK. Well, it's still kind of sunny out there because we're on the summer season, of course. But yes, this is the place to be on a Monday night where we pit two lovely people into the ring to play a first to 10 exhibition, as well as having the pre-match interview and the post-match interview. It's what you guys stick around for as well. We've got a juicy one for you today. I'm going to be your host once again tonight, Jammerz, and of course, alongside me, I usually have two people here doing it. I have two people again today, but we have a special guest at the very last minute, but we thank him for putting time in his schedule, making time out of his day to grace us with his presence, because he did feature on the show before. Richard, roll the camera, let the people see. We have Olvaha, and that is not Veggie. Hey. That's not Veggie. It's Mr.
I can do Veggie impersonation if you need.
You can do that.
I'm not the Nordic giant myself. I'm a pretty average sized dude.
I'm telling you, yes, we've got Mr. Mostafles in the building to come and join us and grace us with his presence. Mostafles, it is great to have you here. Thank you very much
for
joining us. Obviously, this is the second time you've been on the show, but the first time on the like kind of the production side of things. So
yeah.
Hopefully you have a good time, good experience, and you can tell everyone about us.
Certain of it.
And make everyone just come and watch our show even more, because he made the announcement last minute, right? And it was great. But let me ask you first. Are you feeling good today? You pumped today, Mostafles?
Yeah, talking a little bit with both Rich and Mark before the production, I am not one to shy away from the fact that, like, I'm very confident in my commentary skills. I think I'm pretty damn good. So I feel like we're going to have a great show today. I feel like I'm going to kill it. Olvaha's going to kill it. You're going to kill it. Our guests are going to do an amazing job, have a super fun match to watch. It's going to be a good time. Feel good.
Sweet. Olvaha, talk to me. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling very good as well. Obviously, it's always nice to have fresh faces around here and share some thoughts and talk about Street Fighter and, just have a plain old good time, I would say.
Plain old good time indeed. But I'll tell you what's going to spice things up. It is today's fight card. Richard, roll the fight card so the people know what's going on. We've ventured over to the region of Canada, because the people have been asking, and the people didn't know I was trying to reach out to Canadian players for 6 months. That's the part they didn't know. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we were able to get on some Canadian players, and I want to thank Mostafles from Incendium, from one of the Canadian TOs. He actually put forward a list of names that I should bring on the show, and these two were on that list. WashYourHands on the left, going up against DBGen on the right. We have these two in the waiting room ready to talk some Street Fighter and about the Canadian scene themselves. This is going to be interesting to see. So, Olvaha, I'll ask you. I don't know how much you know about the Canadian scene, because this is the scene that's been around, but they're not as in the limelight as, say, not like the US in general, right? So we're looking forward to talking to these Canadian guys, surely.
Yeah, obviously. I think there's probably some similarities to the Finnish scene. I think probably geographically there might be some similarities between the distances of different players. So I'm obviously excited to ask about that and how their local events are normally and stuff like that. So yes, I'm very much looking forward to it. And people always say that Canadians are so nice and they're so well behaved. So I'm obviously looking out for that as well.
I mean, Mostafles, what about you? You're geographically closer to them, so you must see these guys a little bit more actively, maybe Wednesday night fights, maybe in some of the NOBC that were before they shut down NOBC, but in other American online tournaments, right?
Yeah, so I run into these guys online constantly. Okay. Anytime I'm streaming or they're streaming, they both stream as well, shout outs to them. Run into them all the time, but I see them enter Incendium events, I see them enter Casa, I see them enter they have been entering the NAE Salt Mine League too, as well. But yeah, they're very, very active. But what's interesting to me, right, is when it comes to Canadian players, a lot of people think, remember faces like Air, right?
Yes.
And from Street Fighter 4, but he wasn't as prone to Street Fighter 5, kind of took more of a backseat. went into the more organizing role. So it's been really cool to see some of these newer faces from Canada rise up, and now we have these recognizable faces that are starting to make a name for themselves, and having this opportunity today on sets to feature two of these up-and-coming players is great.
Yeah, fantastic stuff indeed. So yes, do stick around for that because we will be talking to him in a couple of minutes. But Richard, roll that runner show so the people know what's up. Right now, we are just having to build up the hype for the Canadian first to 10, and we're having an SF5 general talk in general. But in about 9-12 minutes or so between that time frame, we're going to get the guests in for a chat and know more about themselves, as how they feel about their character. Wash Your Hands plays Cody, so I'm going to put pressure on him to, to
we'll all put pressure on him.
Admit his sins, admit his crimes. Cody player. And then, of course, after that at 1 p.m. PST or PDT and 9 p.m. UK time, we are going to get the first to 10 underway. So if you don't want to stick around for any of that preamble talk or whatever that happened before the first to 10, you can leave now and come back in about 30 minutes or so, and we'll get that first to 10 underway. Now, of course, there are a couple of things to walk through because quite a bit of action happened over the weekend. World Warriors, an actual CPT event happened as well. But first, Richard, let's show the CPT winner for Central America East. It's by no surprise. And he's going to be a captain of a certain event that's going to be happening this weekend.
Yes,
we'll get talking about that anyway. But yes, let us congratulate our CPT winner, Mena RD, the man of many faces, many characters. I don't know what character he was using. It seems it might have been the best in the game to close out the tournament. It is. But yes, Bandits, Mena RD doing work, and he's going to be seen at the finals. Like I said, no surprise. This guy has been one of the best players, I think, in SF5 history. I don't think it's spoken about enough in that regard. But yes, he's been flying out to tournaments. He came second place at CEO. I think he came top 8. It might have been top 8 at Combo Break. I have to double check the results on that. But he's super consistent, and he's got a plethora of characters under his belt. And you will see him this weekend at Evolution 2022. Of course, Mostafles, I never actually asked you your thoughts on Mena as a player. What do you think?
So I actually was going to mention as well, you forgot a very important result recently. He got second place at Saudi Arabia, the invitational they had in Riyadh.
Yes.
Took second place to Crimson. And coming off the back of that, something I always love about Mena, you know, we think of North America typically, we think of confident players. We think of Punk, we think of Rob TV, you know, we think of Chris CCH even though he's a little bit more quiet, he's very confident in his gameplay. But there's Mena that never ever shies away from a challenge. And you mentioned, you know, we're going to have that exhibition coming up. He's going to be the captain. But he said after losing to Crimson, he basically said, that's not going to happen again. I have him figured out. I am confident I will beat him again. And I don't think anybody would argue that Crimson is, like, without a doubt, top 3 in the world right now. Arguably the best.
I can see that. I'm not, me personally, and I'm not that far away from him in terms of geographically on a plane anyway. We'd have to get them all in the same area.
Of course, and we will.
We're going to do that this weekend, right? But
yeah.
He's definitely in that discussion, especially one of the most improved players over the past 2.5 years. We cannot ignore that fact. We do love that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, these are the players that are qualified for the Capcom Cup right now. Capcom was so kind enough to leave Birdie as his main picture.
I was just going to comment on that. I think it's very, very nice gesture.
We know we did the business. But he does bring out Birdie from time to time. But yes, there's Samurai, Four Fields, who's at the Saudi Arabian event as well recently. Mr. Crimson, who won that event as well. Just a Kid is there. Momochi, Dookie, Brandon, and now Mena RD. The spots are filling up for the CPT online premiere events, and it only gets juicier from here. But let us not forget, there were some World Warrior events that happened. One of them was in Germany. Yes, we had Saltmine League running another World Warrior event, and these guys putting on the show. Shouts to Ritus and the rest of the crew. They were doing the Lord's work and showcasing his respective region. And Olvaha, who would have thought a top 8 full of German players? I would never have seen it.
That is very true.
I would never have seen it.
Yeah, shout outs to Ritus. He also, like, before even this particular World Warrior event was held, he was commenting on the fact that he was surprised there were so many German players registering for the event itself. And I think to this day, it's like from the CPT World Warrior events, I think it's the one that has had so far the most participants, which is pretty impressive.
So I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I didn't know that many German players existed.
I'm gonna be real with you.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm on the same boat.
Because we actively play online in the European region, and the amount of people that showed up was we don't always see these people. So the fact that they came out for not a CPT, heck, if these people come out for when their CPT premiere happens, I'll be jumping over joy as well. But they came out for a World Warrior event. That's what was interesting to me. And of course, let us congratulate the best in Germany, MDZ Jimmy, content creator, thirsty for Ryu tech and knowledge. He's actually one of the spokespeople, one of the biggest streamers for Street Fighter 5 as a whole. He came and he did the work and he came first place. I think he didn't expect himself to go that far, but I'm looking at this sheet now. Ryu actually has a couple of decent matchups on here. The only harder ones would have been probably Guile, Jury, and Ken. The other characters he can handle pretty well, in my personal opinion as well. But yeah, Jimmy did the work. I said he might be the best in Germany because of how he smoked a couple of people last night.
Yeah.
But we got to give credit to Jimmy, Vowing, .exe, Reinhardt, Fassa, Sub-Zero, Yosh, and Masenko. Mostafles, were you able to catch any of this yesterday at all?
I watched a little bit of it. Not the whole thing. I was actually surprised to see an Akuma make top 8. But I did happen to see the finals where, no disrespect to Valwing, Jimmy mopped him up. Now, granted, that is definitely not a good matchup for Laura. It's only gotten worse, as Ryu has gotten buffed. But nevertheless, I think Jimmy really showed what he's capable of and showed that he's here to play. Maybe he doesn't have quite the same result when it comes to the CPT Premier. But with this opportunity with the World Warrior to accumulate points and try and qualify for the regional finals to make it in that way, he's not going to, sit back and rest on his laurels.
Yeah, do you know what? Like, I'm going to be completely honest with you, Mostafles, because we've spoken about this for myself, Olvaha, Veggie, and a few other people. When we saw the World Warrior program announced, we looked at each other, and I said, Jimmy might make the cup.
Yeah, we certainly did.
Like, we look at it's like it's no longer so far-fetched that somebody decent at this game could make the cup. And I mean, listen, Jimmy fans, Ryu fans, Strong Hail did a Strange Hail, in the Central America East. He did an amazing performance yesterday. So having a Ryu in the cup, wherever they come from, is going to be interesting to see. It could be happening, but always remember this. Please, please, please remember this, right? Your seeding, or how you do well in the leaderboard part of a season-long competitive event, doesn't necessarily guarantee your space in the cup. All you have to do is get into the final 8. It doesn't mean you're going to win. So, listen, sometimes I've seen top seed lose to bottom seed, and the bottom seed just scraped by yesterday. That's it.
Yeah.
So you got to watch out. But
cruising.
Congratulations to Jimmy for winning his event. We don't have a picture, but I want to say congratulations to Valmaster as well for winning his respective World Warrior event. He was actually simultaneously playing in the Salt Mine League, the regular ranking event, and he entered the World Warrior event for France, which was handled by Reversal GG. Shout out to Damascus and Logan for putting that on. So there was tons of content to soak up, but make sure you hit up CapcomProTour.com to find out all the respective information regarding the World Warrior programs, the leaderboards, as well as future World Warrior events to come in the CPT schedule. Now, one more thing I want to announce. Richard, do you want to do it now or do you want to do it after the set? All right, cool. One more thing we've got to announce, ladies and gentlemen. They announced the commentator lineup at EVO. We're going to do it now. We're going to announce it. Yes! That's it. They announced your commentators at EVO, and lo and behold...
look at that!
On the first place!
Look at that dude!
My twin brother is going to Capcom Cup. And then what these people are talking
HD
about...
or 4K, Jammerz?
I have no clue, but my twin brother, he took a photo of mine and said, I'm going in your stead, and I'll be like, have fun. You got to sort out all the flight details and all that stuff. But yes, these are going to be your commentators for this EVO this weekend. So if you're not going to the event, stay tuned in. There's going to be multiple channels and multiple things happening at the event. The return of the biggest fighting game event of the year. Let's celebrate on stream, in person. We're all playing a big part to make sure we showcase the world and Pokemon. Yes, and Pokemon, let's not forget. And Pokemon, how much we love. Yes, I'm not saying that because I want to take a picture of Pokemon. I'm not saying that and putting that out there. But we're going to show people how much we love fighting games. Someone said still no Sajam. I'm down there. If you look pretty closely next to Aquaman, you might see.
Look again.
This is how I know people don't look at these things. They don't look at them. They don't look hard enough. But yes, we are there. And people that should be covering Street Fighter 5 are myself, Logan Sama. I'm going to imagine Saint Cola will be there as well. I'm going to see Brad Muse. Yeah, no, Saint Cola is there, but I don't know what Saint Cola is doing multiple things, right? So
yeah, Brad Muse also there.
Oh,
Flexus as well.
Shouts to Flexus as well. Listen, the diversity on this list is insane. Let's just get that out there, right? The diversity on this list is insane. And again, everyone on this list, they've worked hard to be at this point. So make sure you support them. Make sure you support the scene as well. Don't support that guy in the top left next to the Evo logo. Just don't do that. But
He's a schmuck.
It's going to be an absolute blast. So hopefully you can join us for the event there. I can't reveal any more news outside of that. You'll see me talking about Street Fighter. I can't reveal any more news outside.
Remember to bring me souvenirs.
I might have to do that. You want to ask a question, Mostafles?
Not necessarily a question, but I just want to take a moment to highlight a few of the people that did get selected, people that I've worked with, and just again, it's so important that people that are up and coming like this get the support that they deserve. So again, Flexus, Brad Muse, Iambic, Monkey Business, and then also Maverick. He doesn't go by Dynamite anymore, but Maverick.
Okay.
Just please, you guys, reach out to them on social media. Make sure to watch, tune in, support them in the chat and stuff like that. They've been working so hard, especially throughout the pandemic, to get an opportunity like this. And so to have that kind of reinforcement to like support them and encourage them means the world. It also lets the TOs know that they should be brought back, the stream runners, they should be brought back. So please make sure you let them know that they deserve it. They're awesome. They're doing great stuff. And I'm incredibly proud of them.
Yes, for sure. Indeed, it's absolutely fantastic. And I'll tell you what's fantastic as well. We've got to wrap it up and we've got to bring these guys into the call because I'm very curious to hear our Canadian guests and what they have to say about their scene and maybe if they're going Evo this weekend as well. So if we can get WashYourHands and DBGen to unmute their mics so we can start chatting with them, that would be fantastic. But yes, this should be interesting. Let us get this interview phase underway. Now, let me find out. DBGen, WashYourHands. Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love to hear it. Right, gentlemen, first of all, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to come and join us on the show, play some Street Fighter, and talk some Street Fighter with us as well. So in this first part of the show, we're just doing a pre-match interview, get you guys hyped. I wouldn't necessarily say get the blood boiling, but we want to make sure you guys are psychologically ready to V-trigger somebody to death. Like, we want to make sure you guys have some fun.
Yes, please.
In that department. So, first of all, the question I got asked, it's going to be like a direct one. I got to go straight to WashYourHands. WashYourHands, you got to tell me, where on earth did that handle come from? Please, please, please. Enlighten the people. Please tell me you thought of that after 2020.
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, no surprise this was after the pandemic. And it's kind of just, you know, as you may already know, gamers kind of have a bad reputation for having some poor personal hygiene. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that.
Nope.
So, especially fighting game tournaments, we got people rubbing shoulders together, shaking hands, and I just made it this tag, you know, as a friendly reminder to use proper hand hygiene, preventative health measures, keep everyone safe, you know, do our TOs a solid, don't want anyone getting sick.
I love how considerate you've been, just not for yourself, but for other people around you in these environments. But can I ask, does it get a bit weird? Actually, no, we've been online, but do you think it'll be a bit weird if a TO goes, wash your hands? Can I get a...
Yeah, I know.
Can I get a wash your hands?
Actually, can I just say a funny story? I was at Combo Breaker. I forget who I was playing with, but like we ran some sets in Street Fighter, and afterwards they're like, "What's your tag?" And I said, "Wash your hands," and he literally washes his hands. Like I was being rude to him.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's incredible.
Do you know what? Now, see, this is why I had to ask, because I like these genuine moments and genuine stories. Let me ask you this as well. This is more of an impromptu question. Do you think more people should kind of make a gamer tag as a not like a subliminal message, but more of a reminder?
A PSA.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'll be like, you know what? One day I could just remove my Jammerz handle and go, you know, Shaw Deodorant 202, and it'll be like, okay. It's just like, wait, who's called Shaw Deodorant? It's like, I'm telling you to like put deodorant on, you idiot. But I mean, do you think more people should follow suit in that, or is it just to each their own?
Oh, yeah, of course. Why not? You know, send a positive message.
I mean, I respect it. I love that.
If you ever enter a 2v2 tournament, you should probably enter with a guy called Brush Your Teeth.
Yeah, the double
That was
threat.
a good one.
Yeah.
That would be insane. Like, wash your hands.
Yeah, that'll
and
be my
brush
Smurf
it.
account.
Do you know what? Legit. Now, do
Fantastic.
you know what? If any of you guys in the American FGC play on CFN and you see someone called Brush Your Teeth, just know we kind of egged that on. So.
It all started here.
But you know what? I got to extend the question to our other guest. DBGen, what does that name actually mean? I've got something in my head, but I need to hear it from the horse's mouth. Speak to me.
Okay, so my name, I've shortened it to just DBGen. It used to be DB Generation, but I started it with inspiration from PR Rog with his name. So like the first two letters are literally just my initials.
Okay.
And Gen is the character that I used to main in 4, and that's literally my namesake. But I also wanted to have like a double entendre with it, but it got confusing because people say Gen, people say Gen. So for anybody that's confused, it is Gen.
Okay.
It is Gen.
Okay. Fair,
Thank
because
you.
I was debating on like, do we say Gen, do we say Gen? I'm like, okay. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought that stood for Dragon Ball Generations. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's
Now. The funny thing is, a lot of people do actually assume that they're half wrong, half correct. the last initial is actually my last name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Fair. Okay. You know what? This is the thing. I come to the studio and I see a name and I have an assumption and I want to be proven wrong. I said, please do not tell me it is what I think it is, because some of the names that we've had on the show, I know what it is because I'm either I like that sort of like product or like that character or franchise, and other people was like, no, you are far from the truth, and I'll be like, okay, tell me what it is. So it's great that we cleared that up. Now, I've got to kind of now tailor towards Street Fighter specific questions. Now, again, you play Seth. We've had a couple of Seth players on the show already. And I need to ask you, because I personally don't think Seth can win a tournament by himself anymore. He is a strong character. We've heard it from Zan, we've heard it from SKZ, we've heard it from a couple of people. But I want to ask you, who do you think is a good secondary character for Seth? Because he can't win a tournament by himself. Who do you think?
I think a good secondary character is probably Ken. To cover up some certain matchups. You'll probably still have a couple of holes, but like I think certain matchups that Seth struggles in, Ken covers that.
Okay. Can you kind of specifically tell me what Seth's problems are? Removing the health and vitality obvious problem that we see. What's a kind of direct problem? Is it because he's gone up against heavy hitters with a lot of health? Is it because he can't use his V skills as much as he wants to? Like, can you pinpoint any direct problems he has right now?
I think Seth's main issue, as crazy as it's going to sound for people, is consistent Oki. Seth doesn't get Oki, like point blank, like throw Oki unless it's through like spending meter, like through EX Tatsu. And even when Seth does get the Oki, the tick throw game that Seth has is generally weak because people, like every character in the cast, can actually just walk back and avoid it. And the threat of lows, aside from crouching medium kick, isn't scary.
Right.
Seth can't really get like a light check from like crouch light kick into a jab, because if they walk back, it could actually just fall out and you don't really get anything. And then committing to a 7-frame low is also kind of scary because you're leaving a wide gap for people to challenge.
Okay, now that's a very interesting point you made, especially about his lights or his tick throw game from his lights. Did you play Seth when he came out?
I did.
Right, so you remember that he'd get a tick throw of all his lights, right?
Off of everything, yes.
I think it's only fair that he can only do it off of stand light kick now, is that correct?
Stand light kick doesn't even work unless they just don't move.
Oh, okay. Which light can he do it off now? Stand jab? Or is that
crouch jab.
Crouch jab, okay. And crouch jab what? +1 or +2?
+2.
Right, okay. So the stand light, let's be honest here, the stand light kick one was a bit ridiculous before.
Oh, absolutely. +3 situation, you can't do anything
Still
about
messed
that.
up.
That's season 1 Karin.
Well, yeah, let's not talk about that one. But no, it's good. I like to pick the brains because this is a character I've been on and off with, and obviously right now, the meta Seth, I should say, is you've got to learn the maneuver. Do you think it's do you think maybe in like 2 or 3 weeks you can get the maneuver stuff down, or did it take longer than that, do you feel?
That's probably accurate. Probably like 2 to 3 weeks. I think if you're actually dedicated to it, you can learn it pretty easily. I think the difficulty with learning V-Trigger 2 is actually reading your opponent in order to actually land the mix.
Okay.
Because everybody can learn the basic setup that Shen has cultivated, right? But they don't understand, like, in order to mix it up, you have to understand what your opponent is doing to counteract it. So if somebody's always blocking like a cross-up, or blocking same side, you just go for the cross-up, and you just have to read what your opponent is doing in order to land them. If you're just doing the same thing, there's nothing to be afraid of on the opponent's side.
Right, that makes so much sense to me now. Again, I always like picking Seth players' brains because they will tell me something different about V-Trigger 2. But you know what? I've got to extend the question. There you go. Olvaha, go for it. Fire away, please.
Yeah, I wanted to pile up on the Seth questions here, and I actually wanted to ask you, what is your favorite part about Seth?
My favorite part about Seth, I think it's just how diverse Seth is as a character when it comes to combos and the V system that they have. It's as reliant, I think Seth is during the meta with V-Trigger 2. Like, you can basically run any loadout that you want, and there are matchups where you can't even use V-Trigger 2 in the first place. So Seth has a lot of, again, like I said, diversity, and it just keeps things fresh for me to keep playing this character.
I like that. Interesting. Mostafles, have you got any questions for the boys you want to ask?
Yeah. So again, something that I am very curious. Well, I have 2 questions. One being, what was one? So you and I play each other online basically every day.
Yes.
And stats are normally pretty back and forth. But one thing I will say is, over the past, I would say about 6 months, you've changed something in your gameplay to really elevate your consistency. I remember early on in this year, you and I were like around the same level. You were like kind of struggling to maintain Grandmaster rank. And now you're like 2,000 points away from Ultimate Grandmaster. What was it that you changed in your approach gameplay-wise to kind of ramp up that consistency? And then the other question I have is, what did you do to train your anti-airs? Because genuinely, and I mean this as a very sincere compliment, I think you have world-class anti-airs. Sometimes they're actually too good and they get you in trouble.
Yes.
Impressive.
I think to the first question, I think my awareness of win conditions on both my side and my opponent's side has gotten a lot better. There are times where I will overextend like crazy in situations where I don't need to and end up getting myself killed. Also being being aware of what my opponent is doing is just that's literally all that's changed for me. I think my strength throughout all of SF5 has really just been like execution, I guess. Like, I could do combos pretty easily, even in 4. That was my thing. So my downfall was literally ground game and awareness. So I think that's what's changed for me to be a better player. What was the second question?
Your anti-airs.
What did you do?
Why are your anti-airs so good now?
Anti-airs.
Basically, yes.
As you know, Mostafles, I do have a Sagat.
Yes.
As a secondary character.
Okay.
Learning Sagat is literally what forced me to have good anti-airs and defense.
Okay.
Because if you don't have anti-airs with Sagat, you can't play the character.
Sure.
If you let people jump on you, he doesn't have the defense to keep people off. What I did, and I shout outs to Zaffarino, this is stuck with me when I was like learning Sagat. If you have time to block a jump in, you have time to DP.
Well, yeah, that's not wrong.
Would you also say that it kind of worked in your favor, because Sagat and Sif, when I think about it, they kind of use the same anti-airs. They both have their roundhouse, which is a really useful anti-air, and they also do a DP.
Actually, yes, that was something that also helped me like learn Sagat pretty quickly, I'd say, because it kind of just it transferred over pretty easily. The stand roundhouse anti-air, DPs. The only thing that I had to learn was the fireballs, or how to learn to throw fireballs.
Okay, wow, that's interesting. I like that. I like the perspective. Now I gotta go back to wash your hands because we kept you a little quiet for a little while. Now it's to put the spotlight on you, right?
Yeah.
You need to tell me what, in your personal opinion, 3 of Cody's bad matchups. Tell me.
Okay. So I think Cody's so his worst matchups, obviously, Dulcim and Poison.
Right.
And I think character that's gotten a lot better over the season is Falk. I think Falk's a good matchup against Cody. I think characters that can play defensively but without relying on fireballs really give him a hard time. And also just being able to alter your jump in, your jump arc is really strong against Cody because he's got a slow fireball and he's got high reward buttons, but they're very committal. So just being able to occupy the air and just kind of bait them, it just makes it really strong.
Okay. No, that's an interesting perspective. And what are your opinions on the current meta for Cody right now? Obviously, people have gravitated towards Holy Sword Excalibur, it's not a knife. That's a sword.
Yeah, so I don't think anyone's gonna disagree. I think Cody's one of the strongest characters in the game right now, possibly top 10, possibly top 5. I think he's top 5.
Okay.
I think he really suits the current metagame. It's right now it's 2-bar triggers I think are really strong. They've kind of nerfed a lot of the 3-bar triggers. And now with V shift, it's a really good resource to have. The match, the pace of the matches has gotten a lot slower than the earlier seasons. So just playing very slow and taking your time really benefits Cody. You have a lot of opportunities to get a level 2 Zonk charge going because it takes 5 seconds. So just playing very, very slow and just really benefits Cody.
Well, now I always ask this question to all Cody players. You gotta level with me. Do you start charging Zonk after you've picked the character?
Always charge Zonk.
Okay.
You always want that.
I
secret level 3.
I know. It sounds like a bit of a troll question, but I'm no. Some people do start charging stuff in the character selection. Obviously, it doesn't register until the round actually starts, but I have to find out.
I think you get an extra second or something at the start of a round, actually.
See, I'm not lying.
Actually, speaking of Zonk, do you find having specific buttons that you are normally holding, or does it change depending on the situation?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, it definitely depends on the matchup. So whatever you're charging with, you lose access to that button. So if you charge with heavy punch, you're not going to be able to anti-air. You charge with medium punch, you're not going to be able to use your V system, your V skill, or you're not going to be able to poke with standing medium punch or crouching medium punch, and that's your main buttons for getting Zonk. And then if you use lights, you can't really get a 4-frame punish,
right?
Or tech. But there are ways to juggle your charges, but it's it takes a lot when you're playing neutral.
Hold on a minute. You said that. Wait, hold on. You said that takes a lot of mental energy.
Oh yeah.
He's playing 4D chess.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
Well, everyone says, oh, I'd love to play Cody, but I don't know how to do negative edge inputs. So.
I mean,
I think it's easy, but
listen.
This character's top 5.
Is relative.
This is what I say. This is what all Cody players do. Maybe it's because I play Poison, maybe because it isn't. All I see Cody players do is walk back and forward a couple of times, that they're playing imaginary footsies, and they just let off level 2. That's all you got to do. You don't even have to think about it. Just have some fun with it. Just this guy has no idea what I'm going to do.
Occasionally, when neutral, will stand medium kick,
yeah,
too.
literally, just throw them off with a stand. Just throw them off with a stand medium kick here and there, and then the moment... Listen, I'll tell you what, right? One of the moves, I do think EX Zonk Knuckle is the second fastest move to catch people off guard. The first is EX Sonic Boom. I never will put anything past Gal's EX Sonic Boom catching people walking forward. Yeah. EX Zonk Knuckle has caught so many people walking that 0.5 frame step forward, and they just wall bounce. So,
So
they just pop.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Talk to me.
I
Talk
don't.
to me. Okay.
So EX Zonk. So it's really good, but it's not the best neutral skipping move Cody even has. I'm gonna level with you. I think Medium Ruffian is even better.
Yes.
Because
okay.
depending on the character.
Abigail.
So if you space it, it's like you can make it -5, -4. So it's faster. It has better range. You don't need to charge.
They did something about the hurt box around his foot. Yeah.
And if it hits, you can go into super, so it even does more damage. It's like a really good round start tool. And depending like characters like Abigail who have like really bad spaced punishes, they just have to hold that. So like that's why it's one of his best matchups. You don't even want to use EX Ruffian. Just do the meterless.
Damn, that is crazy. You know what?
This character's fair and honest.
Oh, well, I mean, just like all other 44 characters in the game. I'll tell you what, everyone gets paid overtime, and everyone's got sick pay buttons as well. I'll tell you that much. But right, I've got to ask you both this question. I want to get DBGen's answer on this first. Just a little bit about your Canadian scene. Who do you think are the top 5 players in Street Fighter 5 in Canada right now are, in your personal opinion?
Top 5? Joe and Rogan.
Okay.
Safe.
Okay.
Elias. Brutus. And somebody I'm missing.
Mortsy? Isn't Mortsy Canada, I thought?
You haven't said Flux.
We're talking specific.
Yeah.
Hold on. We're talking specifically Canada.
Ontario,
Yeah,
or is this the whole
Ontario,
country?
or like all of Canada?
I want to say all of Canada.
All of Canada. Oh, okay.
Pretend I'm completely ignorant. All of Canada.
Okay. All right. Joey Mirogan.
Yeah.
Safe.
Yeah.
Mortsy.
Uh-huh.
Flux. Zero.
Oh, okay. Not Brutus.
No.
Fair, I mean, to be fair,
I love Brutus,
he's
but
putting more time into Strive.
He's the best in Twitter.
Well, yeah. I put Brutus in another category now. He's probably got the mindset, and Brutus loves to ruin your day while putting a smile on it at the same time. Don't worry.
Sure.
I know what Brutus is on. Don't worry. We figured him out. What's your hands? Do you agree with that list DBGen put up? Have you got a different vibe?
So I'd say. Yeah, Joe Ume Rogan, definitely. He's leveled up a lot over the pandemic. I see him doing NLBC, like getting really high. Brutus, obviously, too. He has consistent CPT results. Sabur as well. Fluxwave also. He's constantly winning the Incendium events. And he's always entering online tournaments. He does really well. And there's also a 5th person. You guys might not have heard of him. He's like not very well known. I think he's top 5 in Canada. His name is Justin Wong.
Fair enough.
I think you might have heard of him. Yeah, so he does live in Canada now, so we're gonna claim him.
Yeah, you would.
Wow.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Gotta scrape the bottom of the
We
barrel.
take those.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll let it slide just this once. I'll let it slide. If you want to claim it, feel free to do so. But if I go back on the old websites, I know what flag they're going to put next to his name. But no, I respect that. It's because I do feel, this is just a statement to the both of you, I feel we do see Canadian players not in the same light as we do North American players or European players that travel across the pond, or Japan taking up 60% of the cup, like, you know, stuff like that. So I do feel you guys have got the talent. It just comes in like, you know, small snippets, little pockets, right? And I feel like during this time that we've been in the pandemic, it's allowed you guys to level up and shine a bit more. So I just wanted to ask that. I probably do have one more question, but I'm going to ask that in the post-match interview instead. What I'm going to ask you guys now, but actually, before I ask you that, Olvaha, ask your question quick.
Yeah, actually, speaking of Canada and the scene in Canada, is there like a long distance between players generally? Do you have like weeklies or local events?
So yeah, like the 2 biggest tournament organizers would be Toronto Top Tiers and of course Incendium Games. Those are like the biggest ones. Incendium is always doing like Digital Havoc, and they've been, I personally know the guys that run it, and they're really they run a tight ship.
Nice.
And they've really helped the scene level up, not just in Street Fighter, but in other fighting games like anime titles and 3D fighters. Just they run it all, and they love prioritizing the player experience. So I think they really do good work.
Sweet.
That's nice to
Again, do you agree with that? Or do you want to add anything else?
Oh, absolutely. Specifically for me, Incendium and the guys that run that have done so much, not just for me, but again for everybody in the community. But me personally, I feel like I owe a lot to those guys for the growth that I've had as a player. And I think Canada is absolutely a slept-on region. If you look at the results from the Incendium World Warrior tournament, there are a lot of notable names that we put on that list, what I mentioned on that list, that were top 5 that didn't even make it out of top 8. And I think that should speak to the talent that we have over here.
Okay, fair. No, I respect it. I always like asking people about their own scene because, again, you guys know the scene that you've been developing and growing in yourself, right? You know it better than anybody else. It's always good to delve in and ask you guys about that. We'll talk more about it after our break. But one last question before we go to the break, because I like to ask people this. Sometimes you might surprise me, sometimes you won't. But I'm going to ask you anyway. This is a question for the both of you. DBGen, who do you think the best character in Street Fighter 5 is right now?
I think the top 1 spot is shared by 3 characters.
Okay, that's another new answer.
What a cop.
It's shared between Luke, Sim, and Poison. Those 3.
Okay,
Sure.
All right. Now, if you, oh, Jesus Christ, Olvaha.
It's the Dawson victory pose.
If you had to pick one of the 3,
One of the 3.
okay, let me ask you this: who does Seth have the hardest time against?
Poison.
All right, Poison's the best character in the game to this guy. All right. Wash your hands. What about you? Who do you think the best character in the game is currently?
I think pound for pound, I'd say Luke just excels at everything, but I think Dalsum is just overall better.
Pound for pound. I like that.
Yeah, just I think he has all the tools you really need to win. Even with the lower health that they gave him, I think he's still insanely good. He's he's like a Swiss Army knife. He's got everything. He's probably just the best Shoto function, and just having a little bit more health than Akuma just makes him a little more consistent, and he's a lot easier to use. A lot of people have been picking it up, but I think Dalsum takes more work, and you have to fine tune his matchups. Right. And he plays so much differently than the other characters. So he's not many people are pocketing him, but I would say Dalsum is overall the strongest. But Luke, if you're a competitive player, you want him as a pocket.
Okay, well, I mean, whoever's going to Evo, you are not getting to top 8 without fighting at least 5 Lukes. So have fun with that. I'm so glad Veggie isn't here, because if he heard you say that, he's going to go into my ear and say there's another person in my corner.
The Simquisition keeps growing.
It literally just keeps growing. But yes, we're going to call it quits there for this first part of the show. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break. When we come back from the break, I'm going to get DBGen and Wash Your Hands to wash his hands first and then join the lobby with us afterwards. After the break, we're going to have that first to 10. So don't go nowhere. We'll be back with you shortly.
Yoga.
Hello and welcome back. I am Mr. Mostafles, joined by Olvaha and obviously HD Jammerz. He is off camera right now. We are getting ready to bring you another episodes of Sets, the first to 10 exhibition put on by the UK Capcom guys. And today we have Canada's finest DBGen versus WashYourHands. We're gonna have Seth versus Cody. Even though it's not character locked, I don't suspect either of them will change. Both of them are pretty strong characters. And I don't think we could have much of a better show for you guys. What do you think of this coming up, Olvaha?
Where are the games? I'm looking for the games.
You're fiending. You're frothing at the mouth.
Yes.
Very, very excited.
I already tweeted about this. I look forward to V-Trigger 2 setups. I want to see the knife. I want to see the pipe. Just let me see everything.
Yeah, definitely not going to be short of either of those choices. And, you know, one of the things I really touched on that I think is going to be interesting to watch out for, because, again, I fight both these guys online constantly. They're online friends. DBGen has such incredible anti-airs. I will be surprised if WashYourHands can jump at him at all.
Yeah, I'm looking for the crispy DPs as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm looking for. It's the game, and I can hear it, but we're gonna be seeing
visual. Just a second.
Well,
we got this. Don't worry. Hang tight, guys.
A little more patience.
That is great.
Nice weather today.
Slowly but surely.
Hey,
there we go. There we go. And already we see WashYourHands is down. Oh, we actually have the names switched. Needs to be the other way around. But DBGen has a solid lead here, almost 60%, 60-70%. Just like that is fixed. But now it is party time. The pipe comes out. The dirty coach has come to play.
All right, there we go. Going to use the tandem engine to suck in this. I think he's still Zonk Knuckle. Yeah, I think he's still
Zonk Knuckle. He ate the Zonk.
All right, so Zonk Knuckle will help with damage extensions as well as it should help with a corner push. So probably in a situation like this, if he gets the hit, doesn't even need it.
And, you know, one of the things that we saw right there from DBGen and Seth is, like, something that I don't think is talked about quite enough with the V-Trigger 2 situation from Seth is if you have your opponent below that 20% life situation, the type of chip damage that you can get to basically put them in a guess for game situation is, like, unparalleled. It's so good.
Yeah, I think probably say it's similar to Oro, similar to Akuma V-Trigger 2. But we'll see how things unfold. I'm kind of probably the strategy I want to see, or how things unfold for DBGen, is how he handles situations like -2. If he does make a mistake, how does he recover from losing so much health in the process?
What a round for WashYourHands.
For sure. All right.
So shout outs to the medium kick ruffian he talked about earlier. He's already like proving it's like a very hard to beat tool in the neutral.
Yeah, a lot of characters can really struggle to deal with it unless you like micro walk before it hits you to get a punish, because again, it does have like such a far range and the active frames last so long that it can be really tough.
Those DPs are crispy.
Yeah, I told you, dude, he will not jump at him at all.
See, what did I tell you?
Look at the damage!
How does he handle the situation after he puts himself in a -2 and he's dead? He's dead. That's game one. That's game one. That's game one.
Oh, he doesn't even have to spend meter?
God, this character! Top 5? Top 10?
Mind you, it didn't cost him any meter to throw the rock. Why does he still get to do that?
Dude, it's crazy.
He's the mayor. He can make the rules.
Now, I'll tell you, see, I literally said it as before it even happened. I said, look, when Seth puts himself at a -2 situation or even makes a mistake, it's how on earth to recover from that. He made the wrong choice and he died. He made the wrong choice and he died.
It's really hard to top off Cody's explosive damage in a matchup like this, honestly. Seth really doesn't have anything to compete with the damage.
No.
I feel that's partially, at least in my opinion, I know like the Seth specialists have a different opinion. You can still play the character, but it's mistakes like this. You can't compete with what's on the table.
Yeah, like you pay for so much for every little mistake.
Let's see if
I would think maybe he can try and get a little more mileage out of using light Hecatoncheires and block strings. You know, space them out correctly, they can't be punished. You can get a little bit of chip damage, close the distance, get some corner carry, but also just need to rely more on pokes. Don't go for big gambles like these jump-ins or, you know, overextending with crouching medium kick when you don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. What's like, it worked for this jump-in, but what's going to happen next? Oh,
okay. I thought he tried to bait something there.
Some kind of a standoff there.
He got a stun, and he's going to get a back throw to kill the game.
There it is.
I am so good.
There's a reason you are first on the place card for the Evo lineup. There's a reason, Jammerz.
But I'll tell you another thing as well. Right?
Clairvoyant.
The thing is, you got. Well, I think another thing that Seth has to be careful of is using the tandem engine because the range is significantly reduced. It means if WashYourHands plays outside that range of medium ruffian or is charging level 2, he's in big trouble. Big trouble.
A ton of damage. A ton of damage. Okay. Jumping a little bit, he doesn't exactly have to.
There,
but,
see?
oh, man,
Okay,
you were
he missed
just
it. Yeah, see, he missed it, but he done exactly what I was talking about. Oh, man.
Oh, okay. I really like that Gen is making WashYourHands think about the entire timing because Seth's one of those characters that can alter the jumping time.
Oh,
yes,
jump
yeah,
off.
the axe kick. The axe kick really helps, especially Cody using V skill 2 here. You know, doesn't have access to that guaranteed
He got it.
Is
Wait,
that gonna work?
He might have blocked.
He got it.
No way, that was sick.
Okay,
But didn't take all the damage.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because I think maneuver takes 1, and then or it might take 1 or 2.
But he's gonna be dead in the next hit.
Oh, that's sweet.
But that was gonna be safe anyway.
No, I don't think it was. I think the pipe ran out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think that was like a committal sweep.
We need to run that back.
Yeah.
I might need to look at the replay and look at that back.
Yeah. We need to see this.
So I will say, Mostafles, you weren't wrong. DBGen's anti-airs.
Yes.
They've been on
Literally, genuinely, I think he's among the best in the world, not even joking. But one thing I will say from fighting him a lot, now, Cody doesn't exactly have this option, but he's so good at anti-airing and has such good reflexes with them that if you jump at the right angle, you can make him do it preemptively and then punish him on the other side. But Cody can't, he doesn't have like a Tatsu to get over that, like Ken or Akuma or something, but it can work against him.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely see. We have someone similar in the UK scene who's like that as well with his anti-airs. They work against him.
Yeah.
It's kind of just programmed into his brain, so hopefully he can kind of, or these kind of
Suffering
players
from
can kind
success.
Well, I mean, if DJ Khaled can do it, the rest of us can suffer from some sort of success as well. Nice whip punish with the EX Hecatoncheries and gets
nice throw on the wake-up pocket sand.
Yeah, there's the DP again. Okay, slowly closing the gap life-wise. It's getting even, and now is the great activator. That's punished. Yes, sir.
That was actually a great cancel from the V trigger to the V trigger actually, because I think he was expecting the V reversal there.
Okay, now this is getting hairy. It's got to be careful here.
Do you know what I want to see as well? If WashYourHands whiffs a stand hard punch or crouch face, you know what? He didn't even let me finish.
Clean.
He didn't even let me finish. I didn't think he was going to do it against Sweet, but I said if he whiffs a heavy, a hard punch or a crouching hard punch, use its hands to whiff punish. Just do it.
Yes. Yeah, it's very similar to Chun in that fashion, right?
I don't even play Seth.
Yeah, you don't. Maybe you should.
I can't.
You're just a nerd and you watch.
I did run into your Seth one day.
Just don't tell anyone about it. All right, pressure being
Oki
applied.
here.
Oh, he didn't believe he was going to hit, so he didn't get the confirm.
No fake.
All right, yep, well spaced, can't punish from that range. Now able to get a little bit of chip damage here, gets the install, and he gets the Ruffian, right?
Zonk.
Oh, he gets Zonk, that's right,
Zonk.
that's right.
I don't
Too
think
bad he doesn't get the EX Zonk.
No,
Oh my
do you know
God.
what? I don't think it's the chargeable. I think it's just level 1. And it helps the
exactly.
screen, like I said, helps the screen carry, this, and it cancels it. Yeah, there you go.
That was
Even
actually
a little bit
clean
of
though.
style. A little bit of style, I appreciate that.
And Gen did say that the thing he likes about Seth in general is the versatility that the character possesses, and honestly, this V skill and the tandem engine is just part of that versatility.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things, you know, when the character first launched, Seth in Season 4, was a problem. Absolutely broken, genuinely not fair. But one thing they absolutely knocked out of the park is the character's uniqueness. Didn't play like any other characters, very special, very different even from Street Fighter 4. So that's still carried over, just not quite as overpowered as before.
I will say, one thing when we were talking about that very extremely powerful version of Seth is everybody had fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
Utopia?
No, it was the first time in a little while that everybody said they had fun. And while I'm saying about fun, somebody's having fun perfecting their opponent. Woo!
That was actually nasty. The counter hit into the standing fears, like the damage on a character like Seth. Like I feel like these kinds of scrambles, they just play into WashYourHands like his hand. Literally, no pun intended, because Cody just thrives off of these scrambles.
Well, let's be honest here. Cody is one of the heaviest hitters in the game right now.
He is.
He'll take it.
Yeah, with or without meter, you know, probably does on average the most damage in the game.
All right, pressure's being applied here. He's going to activate the maneuver, and he's going to not take the damage.
Yeah, he timed it right.
Yeah, slight miscalculation on the spacing as well. But I remember we spoke to a Seth player last year, Jock from the West Coast. Shout out to Jock. He did say there is a way to use V-reversal to avoid the maneuver, and people need to learn that. It looks like WashYourHands has got some tech against it.
Well, it should be noted, in our interviews, they said that they're training partners, so I'm sure they've fought each other enough times that WashYourHands recognizes how he has to approach that defensively.
Yeah.
Yo, I actually like that V reversal from Gen, actually like not allowing WashYourHands to activate the V trigger. It doesn't matter though. Oh, okay, there you go.
That was unfortunate because I feel...
that's an expensive loss.
Yeah, I feel he's done that before and it's worked. And that might be one of those situations where V-shifting an air attack, it's so inconsistent that probably a light attack would have worked and got him the same result.
Yeah.
Yes, EX. Yep, EX spin kick. Okay, take him to the corner. I like that. Get the extension, get good damage too. But that back throw is so unfortunate. One of the worst situations to find yourself in.
That was so clean to punish the tandem engine there.
I said you have to watch out for that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Oh, we got him.
And another.
Once again interrupts the pocket sand, yeah.
There's the activation.
Is he going to block it out?
What's the mix-up? Secret handshake?
And again? No.
Once again!
Wow. I think maybe that was a misjudgment on the approach from DBGen. I don't think that was necessarily the correct guess from WashYourHands. I think Gen just might have screwed up.
Well, let's wait for this round to pan out, and I'll kind of explain what I feel about our situation. We're going to spend the bar. Not yet. Can he get EX axe kick? No, he won't.
The buffer! Check the dash with the low medium kick.
Okay. So it's 2 apiece right now. What I feel is happening is I think DBGen's slightly not considering the real back on Cody's V-reversal. Because a lot of V-reversals either leave you in position or they move you forward to make it easier for the maneuver to connect. I feel Cody, he launches forward, then reels back. So it can be a little bit weird. Even I feel sometimes it should have exploded as he's coming back, but there's still a lot of strike invincibility frames that are working in that situation, or projectile invincibility frames. So,
but I feel like if anyone it's gonna be a player like Gen who's gonna be able to alter the timing of the V trigger to take into account the V reversal from Cody during this set.
Sure, yeah.
100%.
Caught him. Yep, tried to challenge or maybe jump out of that crouch medium kick. Another spin kick.
All right, neutral jumps again. He's looking out. He tried to anti-air. I think he tried a ruffian kick with an anti-air, but he's gonna get the meaty. And that's gonna be that. Yeah. So I saw the DBGen was trying to neutral jump maybe a zonk before he jumped in, which is interesting. He has to change up his approach in neutral with the neutral jumps, with the jump forward, with the annihilate sword, because he needs to make sure WashYourHands as he's charging, he doesn't get the right time.
Yeah, as the set has gone, you know, we're 5 matches in at this point. He's done a good job mixing up his air approach, so it's not just an obvious tell defensively how WashYourHands should challenge this.
Gets hit with the hands. He's not going to activate just yet. There we go. He wants to do it
there
early.
you go. Like, and we've already seen. Didn't get the confirm. Yeah.
He either jumped or he backdashed to mess up that conversion, so he practically got no damage from it.
That's so
smart.
What's the point?
But I really like how Gen has also switched up the timing where, like, at which part of the target combo he activates to the V.
He's not dead, but this is close.
Yeah, he's very close to being dead, but he stood up and caught him with the confirm with the stand medium kick. Maybe a dash up throw? No, he waits.
Oh, no.
No. Is he dead?
No,
okay.
Not quite.
Chase him down.
Yo!
Wait.
Did he swing it back?
I didn't see that. What?
I was like, here, you can have that.
Do you know
what?
what?
That was goofy. We need to see that in the replay.
There's already... these guys have done a couple of interactions I've never actually seen before. I'm not sure if you can swing back the maneuver or DBGen brought it back.
And, like, if you can swing it back, can you just instantly volleyball it back to his court? Like, can you actually punish the bat swing? That's what I'm interested in.
Well, I don't know. We will have to ask them about that. That was very curious.
Yeah.
All right, just playing a bit of neutral here, pressing the button, trying to get these guys in check. He missed his anti-air, but he's still got the counter hit confirmed. Straight to the corner.
Okay, yep. DBGen here, pushing the corner here. He's catching, really getting a lot of mileage out of these frame traps.
Yeah.
And that is
Stand
one of
like,
Ken's.
oh, nice.
That is one of Seth's strong suits. His frame trap game is incredibly strong.
Do you know what it is? It's like, I can agree with you to a certain aspect, but I still think it's very linear, very simple, because it technically is.
But
just,
it's kind of like Cammy and Kareen, right? You know, you know what to guess with, but it's hard not to flinch, I think.
well, I mean, let's not forget, right? Because Gen mentioned it in the pre-match interviews. Like Seth's low isn't really that scary, not in the same capacity as Cammy's or Karen's, so you won't feel as threatened. But the stand light kick, delay crouch, medium punch, and then the throw. I don't feel as scared against it as opposed to Karen, but I like I said, I agree with you to most of that extent. Reversal.
I like that V reversal.
Yeah, exchange meter for meter.
Oh, misses the ruffian kick as well, but he didn't get a cancel on that crouching medium kick.
Doesn't matter. Like, these hits are just stacking up on Gen's, like, health bar. There it is.
Yeah, Seth cannot take those kind of punishments. We're seeing now he's not quite finding the range, and I think it's maybe due to an adjustment in Wash Your Hands side. He's finding a better spot to punish both the axe kick and the Hekatonkeries. He's using that down jab and a medium ruffian, and that's so much damage.
All right, pressure being applied, but he does another V reversal again. That is anti EX Zonk tech that people don't really want to use half the time. You can do that.
I mean, like, the same thing goes for EX heart rate. Some people just don't wanna like.
Don't mention that part. No one wants to V reversal anything these days. It's all right.
Save the resources.
Activate
There's the activation. All right, now backing up here again, trying to find his opportunity. And luckily, even though he's down about 50% life, this activation point for Wash Your Hands means that he likely won't get another V-trigger, where Gen still has the chance to get two, maybe.
Oh, the pocket sand worked this time for Wash Your Hands.
The reversal again, yeah, he can win the round off this. Maybe one button, crouching hard kick, or maybe another button into CA. And we
Oh,
should be
that
good.
is so dirty. The crouch fierce buff they gave him, like, that is just like another opportunity to rack up damage.
He can, oh man, he can chip him out. If he finds the right sequence, he can chip him out.
He can actually. I think he just needs to do like maybe. Oh, he's gonna do it now.
Oh, there it is.
The
chase down!
Hold on.
Yes. Oh, it was gonna kill anyways. Very, very smart. That chase down was so smart. You called it Olvaha. Great decision there from Gen.
The thing is, I thought there was multiple ways he could have handled that, but he took that route instead, which is pretty interesting because it basically locks you down from full screen. So.
Right.
That's also very interesting because, like, these situations, they don't happen that often, so it was also interesting to see how Wash Your Hands was gonna react to that situation anyway.
Oh, gets a delay. He didn't have any bar to get a lot of more damage than that. Stun's racking up, but slowly depleting on Gen's side.
Oh, once again, the stand fierce.
Yep, anti-airing correctly there, going right into the EX Zonk. Forced to be reversal there. Now, all the meter is on Gen's side, but is he going to find the opportunity to actually use it?
Yeah, there's the axe kick to interrupt the stand fierce timing from Wash Your Hands.
Jumped again.
Oh, the juggle!
I think he's worried about a command grab. That's only happened like, what, once? Maybe not at all?
I think once, yeah. But that's the threat, right? You know, that's kind of like the Zangief effect. You know, you want to scare them and get most of your damage without SPD so that you can control neutral. You don't struggle in that same regard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be entirely honest with you, Mostafles. If my opponent had the opportunity to land 300 stun in one move, I'm running around as well.
I like the sound.
I mean, I am an Akuma player. You don't got to tell me.
I'm running for my life as well. But yeah, it's 3 apiece right now between these two. These guys have been putting on a good show, showing us some tech, especially specific to this matchup and these players as well. It's great to see.
There it goes into the...
Wake up buttons.
Yeah. We take that.
It gets the install there.
Yeah, we take those. Especially when they lead to Oki.
There it is. But he backdashes out of the situation. That's the first time we've actually seen him apply that strategy defensively. He's been pretty stalwart.
Perfect jump.
All right, he's going to hold onto the V trigger and the interruption.
That was such a good interruption.
What's the mix-up going to be, though? Oh, good block.
Oh, I like that. I like that, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he screwed up the confirm.
Oh, no.
Oh, he screwed up the timing.
As I hold you here in my arms.
Well, I definitely can tell you, Wash Your Hands has seen that mix-up before with the V trigger too. He's seen that before. Right, just walking away right now. He's just waiting, making sure he doesn't get clipped. And buffer.
That down.
Was that like a spacing trap or a pseudo spacing trap or something?
I just think it was just depending on the distance from the V-Skill 1. Sometimes Seth players, like, they think they've got more range on their lights than they normally do.
Ooh, speaking of
Seth players?
Oh, nice. Good conversion there off the down medium kick, recognizing the range that he couldn't get the stand heavy punch target combo.
Ooh, these guys are trying to jump out of their strings, and they're getting clipped by moves they shouldn't be getting clipped by.
Yeah.
Happens to all of us.
All right, trying to jockey for position here. Back to the center of the screen, but wash your hands. I almost called him his other tag. Wash your hands.
Careful.
Wash your hands. Able to anti-air him correctly.
Oh, the counter
There's the corner carry.
That's going to be big. Who can activate their trigger first? There's a throw. Can he walk up and get another throw? He needs it.
Oh, that at all.
No way. The jab into the EX Zonk has worked so much for Wash Your Hands.
So people do forget that, like, so Cody has the best 4-frame punish in the game when he's got the knife in possession with his crouching light punch. His crouching light punch normally is actually pretty decent against light moves like Hecaton Careers, light dash straight from Balrog. It's got decent range. What I do feel, though, is DBGen needs to be more cognizant, a little bit more patient about how he activates V-Trigger 2, because he's trying to be right up close. That forward medium punch has more range than you think, and that he has shown us he can activate that V-Trigger other ways to lock his opponent down.
Perfect placement of buttons there for Wash Your Hands, and they led to the corner situation we're actually experiencing right now.
Now that was the spacing trap, what we saw just there.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay, no side switch here. He used the
I was gonna
V-chip
think
break.
he was gonna go for that.
Pretty difficult, but this is the kind of hit
Straight hits. Yeah.
A lot of gray damage built up on DBGen's side. He's got to be careful not to get clipped even by a jab. It'll do way more damage than it should. Oof,
Oh,
that
there
hurt.
it is.
One ruffian kick will close it out.
Oh,
There
That
you
was,
go.
yeah, that could have been big, but unfortunately, forget.
2 bars apiece. I wouldn't be surprised if Zonk came out pretty early, but he dashes up crouching medium kicks instead, and he walks into the cruel disaster. He's gonna take it to the corner.
yeah. Doesn't even get the chance.
That was
Now,
the-
is there going to be a moment here where it comes?
Maybe. You can turn it around.
I'm also interested to see if Wash Your Hands is gonna employ the same tech that Hoji did just a few weeks ago with the pushing the opponent to the corner with the block DX Zonks, just getting that screen mileage.
Not many people will set this up, because I'll mention something after this game is done. Let's see how this pans out first.
Ooh, nice. Those ruffians have been pretty consistent to punish the tandem there. Outside of a few little hiccups,
Yeah, of course.
And I think that's really indicative of, again, these two playing this matchup a billion times. They've fought each other
there
countless.
it is.
Oh, he should have been dead.
He should have been dead. I don't know why he wasn't holding.
No, he wasn't sure he was going to hit. That's why he didn't go for the ruffian kick. I wouldn't go to Zonk there myself. There it is.
Uh-oh.
Yo!
That's going to be it.
No
Hold on.
way.
He had time to double dash there.
Boy, no way, boy.
Yep.
Boy, no way, boy.
I usually
Seth
see
is fair.
the one dash into fierce. I don't really see that many sets where the double dash happens. Okay.
Speaks of the levels here.
Listen, it was expensive, but we make the investment.
Against a character like
finish your
Cody,
play.
you need it, right?
Exactly.
Good luck on
You
that.
can't afford to do the same kind of decisions that Cody can do. Oh, okay, I can just use 1 meter, no problem. I'll just rack up the damage.
No
You gotta
counter
actually
convert.
use, yeah.
All right, gets the counter hit, Sam medium kick, but he was too far to get a crouching fierce probably. That's why he went for the second medium kick.
Oh, no punish on the screen.
Looking away.
Man, this stand medium kick is just a menace.
It is.
All right,
I feel like a lot of people have just realized it just recently, even though it's always been a fantastic norm.
so
I've
he-
never seen that mix-up. That was
Yeah.
good.
Clean.
Usually the guys go for the heavies because obviously that's where you'll get the most amount of damage. He's using mediums in some of the mix-ups here, DBGen. So I like the
Oh,
flexibility.
that was so smart.
That was a big brain.
Yes. Excellent reaction there from DBGen. Situational
Massive
awareness.
massive android brain activity.
Oh, he got caught.
zonk.
Yeah, I think he tried to super maybe.
Ties it up. I was really worried there for a second that Wash Your Hands might take a big enough lead that it could be a little more problematic than DBGen would want. But DBGen composes himself, gets some really key mix-ups there that pay off in a big way, and now it's tied up at 4-4.
Yes, right. Let me tell you guys something about the game. We've played it long enough. What you need to remember about every character in the game is how close are you to get that throw Oki situation from the knockdowns? It's easier for other characters than most. The other thing you need to understand is how quickly can you take them into the corner because everyone becomes the same victim. Obviously, what Olvaha was saying before is spend the bars on EX to push them there and put them in the corner.
Yes.
It is a way to do it. Yes, you're splurging the meter, but it is a way of doing it. Right? And then whoever can get your opponent to corner the quickest so they can make the most mistakes there, it's easy pickings from there, right?
Oh, I love that spacing drop from Gin.
Especially against a character like Seth that doesn't have the life to, you know, make mistakes in the corner.
Yeah. With punish.
Once again.
So good.
Those add up so fast.
Got
Look
it.
at this.
Yeah,
damage.
There it is!
He needs some milk.
Tell you what, man.
He needs some milk.
He
does.
He needed that second command grab for mental damage. So I want to see if he can ride up the momentum and take the lead back in the set. Or will DBGen show us another mix-up I ain't seen with V-Trigger 2?
Oh, the level 2. Oh, Lord.
And where did,
Cool, 35%.
how did it catch him? Walking forward, I told you.
Look at this.
Done?
He is stunned.
He's
And the
almost
damage is
dead.
gonna add up. Look at the damage, even post-stun. No, he dropped it.
He dropped another 100 damage.
Yeah, he was like, oops. No use crying over spilled damage.
Are you telling me 10 euros just falls out of this guy's back pocket like it's nothing?
He's like, no biggie, no biggie.
As a throw.
As we're talking about this, DBGen working on something of a comeback. Now they're and the EX donk shuts me up and puts me in my place. Not today, Zerg.
Now, okay, we have to go back to the point that WashYourHands mentioned just before. Yes, Ruffian Kick is a very potent tool and ignorant tool in the neutral, but that doesn't, for me personally, objective standpoint here, it doesn't catch as many people out as Zonk. Doesn't
Probably not.
Yeah,
And
that is the truth.
you still leave yourself at negative frames. Even if you can't punish, you can make spacing tracks, you're still negative. People just need to find the right button to take their turn back. EX Zonk just sends you to oblivion.
What a punish.
Yeah,
Right back at you.
Yeah, who needs the Zonk when you can just get counter hit on normal?
Oh, big punish. Oh, the shimmy! Back throw will do it, and he got him!
Yeah, that
No
is
way.
done. Build
And-
max meter.
Yeah, the optimal meter build even.
I'm telling
You know that meme with the cat reading the newspaper, which says like something like I should
I'll buy a boat today.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
You know, now it should read I should play Cody.
Yeah, well, no, legit. No, do you know
Get
what?
on it.
That's already happened with
I
Luke.
should.
They just go, I should play Luke.
Well, I like the attempt to catch him out of the air with the axe kick, but no such luck. Gets good corner carry here though. Pushes him past the center point of the screen towards the corner, and now we see WashYourHands on the defensive.
Good block from WashYourHands, activates V-Trigger 2, and a V-reversal because he doesn't want to deal with that mix-up with the remaining health he has. Because if a command grab hits him now, his health's going to be below the stun. There it is. Oh, no.
He doesn't get that. Animation.
I would have acted. Okay, he's gonna get to activate anyways. No activation.
He doesn't. Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
we go.
He gets it, but man, I have to wonder if that. I don't think that's intentional. I think maybe that's a flub up, and that could cost you very dearly.
I do have to ask him, why doesn't he, when he lands the target combo, why doesn't he just dash up, do the target combo again, and activate on block?
Yeah.
That's what I normally see. So.
Right.
But other than that, now these guys, like their situational awareness, their conversions have been on point. I think there's a couple of defensive inconsistencies on both sides, but that's to be.
Oh, that was
Sick. That's player to player. That was player to
That was
player.
godlike.
Yo,
That was the play of the game.
that was player to player tech right there. He anticipated that jump. He might lose the round with his command grabs. Watch
That
your
was
hands.
he
once
won.
again just
He wins the round.
massive android brain activity.
Hold on. If he
Absolutely
gets,
on
hey,
his
listen. If he
Steven
gets command grab,
Kitchen.
that's null and void. If he
That
gets
was
command
so sick.
He's dead.
He has a confirm. He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
In the same round, this is the GOAT round.
Again, high fight. Clip that.
No.
Oh, he's not dead. He's
How
not
are
dead.
you
EX
not
on.
dead?
EX on.
We burst him. Oh my god, Gen, I'm so sorry. Don't watch the VOD.
You
We
know
didn't
what?
say anything.
I'll tell
Don't
you
watch
As
the
I
VOD.
lay in your arms tonight.
I thought Cody was dead because that hands, it connected as one hit, counted
Yes.
it into the CA. So I thought, yeah, he's
Yes.
dead. Now, I'm sorry about that laugh, but I'm not sorry about that laugh at the same time because you can have the most amazing round, and your opponent just does a 3-piece that's easy.
Yep.
It's like,
Yeah, that's
games,
literally the Cody Uno reverse card.
good
No
games,
you,
bro. And you know,
you.
You know they're gonna shake your hand in the tournament, and they're gonna find you after. Say, so, how you doing? It's like, don't talk to me right now. Don't you dare talk to me.
That is literally the no you of Street
Again,
Fighter.
you won in my heart. You won that round in my heart. Those were two of the sickest conversions and reads I've ever seen.
That was actually nasty.
Unfortunately, they did no damage.
Yeah. Ugh. Let's see if he can recover. We're on to another round.
All right, there we go. Lows forward gets the crouching hard kick, but he wants to get the activation on block. Or make sure Wash Your Hands activates first. There it is.
I mean, honestly, that kind of a round can go for a long time. Like how demoralizing it's gonna feel.
Low.
Yeah.
Watch out for the
Depending
rock.
on the person. Oh, just watch.
Did the rock bounce into him?
Yeah, the rock made him
Yeah, it
safe,
does.
but the thing is, he's throwing out these obnoxious sweeps because he can cancel it with the pipe.
Of course.
Gen's not respecting the walk back. He's not respecting it.
Yep.
That's actually cheap.
Yeah, it's so cheap.
I mean, I have seen worse.
Can we just address how cheap it is?
I mean, it's a great game. Yes, good time to be alive playing some fighting games, but nice with punish.
There you go.
Yeah, he's really utilizing EX Hekatonkri as well. I like that V reversal.
It's
too.
actually a really important V reversal. Just keeping Cody in the corner right now.
Kind of hit
He didn't go for the break. Yeah, he didn't go for the break.
Just throw in.
I think maybe he expected it would be light Hekatonkri, so he might be able to punish.
Oi.
Oh, he caught him early.
It's actually nice.
Now,
And he doesn't have to spend any meter.
luckily, I think the only thing that saved him was the hitbox on jumping fierce in that
Yep.
situation. Otherwise, that was a dead Seth.
Yes.
Right.
That counter hit crouch heavy punch is crazy damage.
Nice
It
counter
is.
hit.
Wow,
confirmed.
that was so good. The awareness from Wash Your Hands.
Yeah, his reactions, the awareness, how he rides the momentum, it's all there. Man.
Yes. Riding momentum is what I was going to touch on. It's all gas, no brakes right now. He was really turning it on to get the most out of the stun situation, just the damage, the Oki.
Yeah, I mean, like this kind of like momentum just favors Cody so heavily. I feel that's also why I think Wash Your Hands had a great point. I think Cody plays the meta in such a good way right now.
Incredibly well, yes.
Reversal.
Good V reversal. But yeah, but
There
it
you
was
go.
basically checkmate situation. Such a life
Yeah.
like that.
Okay, so he had the right read with the wake up V skill 1. Unfortunately, it was too far.
Yes.
It was either too far or the tornado sweep was too active. So because the projectile invincibility doesn't activate instantly for V skill 1, I believe.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel right now is Gen needs to find a way just to get him to respect the maneuver. He needs to activate it a different way. I understand why
I
he wants
agree.
to do it, but the thing is he's walking into danger and he's relinquishing rounds, I feel.
Yeah. We've seen some good snippets of the V-Trigger 2 usage, but honestly, I think it should probably revolve a bit more around.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes style doesn't win you the game.
Yeah.
That is
absolutely.
very good.
Yep, and there's the DP. He doesn't miss him.
Yeah.
But so far, you know, Wash Your Hands hasn't had to like take to the air very often.
No.
Oh, I love that.
The awareness.
That out.
Oh, this is such a
Got
good
another
round for Gen. At
Oh, he's
least
dead.
so
Yeah,
far.
he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
No, he did the wrong combo.
No. Please, no, please.
No, not like this. I
No
swear
way.
to God, if you curse him again,
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Block.
Boy, ain't no way. Oh,
Okay.
there it is.
Damn.
he knew. He knew.
I literally said block. I said block. No, you don't think I'm joking.
that was scary.
What did Tequila say in the stream? Block.
Oh, yeah. Maybe,
One of the best sound bites ever.
yeah, it's like maybe just block everything.
Do you know what the funniest thing about that stream was? Is how long he paused to say
Yeah. Extremely based reply. Oh, that was such a clean sway from Wash Your Hands. His hands are clean.
Alright, hold on.
The cleanest.
Just another jump in again into the forward throw. He's going to try and steal some frames here. No, he's not. Watch out for the wake-up button. He's trying to run away again. He can kill him.
Is he
Of a
gonna be able to
reset.
kill?
Of a reset. No, he needed a
Just went
reset.
for the...
He needed a reset.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough.
Okay, that was kind of clean.
Forced him to be reversal. Forced him to be reversal.
He's not going to do it.
Forced him to be
Nah.
reversal.
No way.
He's not going to do
no
it. He's not
way.
going to do it. He won't do it.
Go for chip.
He's not gonna
Force
do
him
it.
to be reversal, please. Okay.
That was
Whatever, you won anyways, but yes, that was so tense. He was literally one confirm away from dead.
So I'll tell. In my personal opinion, Mostafles, you are 100% right. I'll tell you why he wasn't going to do it. So, if he forced that situation for the V reversal, Super was still there, aka 3 zonks. Make a mistake, he is more than happy to come back from that scenario.
Yeah,
he'll do
of course.
Too scary.
I had the utmost faith that Gen was going to do it as well, but we're commentators. I'm like, please just do the right thing. Please do the right thing.
Right.
I can't. I'm backseat gaming right now. I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
You would be the worst Twitch viewers. The worst.
You don't exactly.
Big crush counter. All right, fighting back here from the midpoint of the screen. Gil is not happy about it. He's got to sit back down and recompose himself. They're using that zonk here, taking control in the corner, but right back at you with that EX zonk.
Delay.
Back to mid-screen with one EX zonk.
He didn't have the bar to get the stun.
Damage. Okay, I love that EX.
That was
Yes! Interrupt him.
Yeah,
Look at this comeback.
There you go.
Nice. What a sequence.
Yeah, he learned a hard lesson.
But the thing is, why is WashYourHands trying to run away?
I don't know.
He's getting damaged and he's taking small snippets of it, but the thing is, he's not. It's like he doesn't want to deal with the maneuver situation as it comes. What?
Maybe.
Oh, no.
Dude,
Maybe he's afraid of germs.
Bro, look at the damage. That was 40%.
I mean, that was damage he gave up. He didn't need that.
I know.
He didn't need
I
that
know. That's what I mean. It's like, why would you go for the EX in that situation? That was such a big risk. And honestly, Gen doesn't really play like that most of the time. He's normally much more clean and tight-knit.
There's the V reversal.
Trade. Do you know what? These guys do not want to respect each
They
other's
don't want to
space.
block.
Oh, no. He had him dead.
Yeah, he had him. He had him.
Oh, man. Okay,
Look, it lasts. It was like a forever.
So this is interesting, right? Because I'm terrible at using that V trigger. But if you use it correctly, I believe you have 4 movements. And it lingers for quite a long time. Obviously, you can manually detonate it or automatically detonates after a certain period of time. I think there's certain ways to trigger the activation as well on the opponent's end. The fact that it's just there, just chilling, like a background, a backup dancer.
It's terrifying.
Listen, that V trigger sometimes is a backup dancer. Like, it's just there.
It is.
It's
I mean,
literally
it's
there.
just hovering there menacingly.
Gotta love this game sometimes.
There's that forward throw. Man, he's getting clipped with that crouch fierce. Gotta be careful. Such a good button. Right back at you. Medium ruffian put him in the corner. DBGen able to jump back here towards the mid screen. Tries to slide. Oh, he actually got clipped with the thing again.
He got hit by the hurricane.
I think it messed up the Oki situation.
Yeah.
Oh.
No activation.
No, I think he thought he had the meter. He might have looked at the wrong V gauge.
This is a bad spot.
I'd throw him again if I were you. Oh, yeah, I would have thrown him again.
I would have too. I would have too.
Okay, time to guess. The secret handshake.
Look, there's
Oh,
the
this
backup
is
dancer.
so cheap.
There's
What
the
do you do?
backup dancer.
Yo,
Dead. He's dead. He's finally finding his rhythm with this V trigger too, and it is
Very
making
nice.
a world of difference.
Yeah, we did talk about this. Like he needs to kind of reassert the situation, try to make the maximal potential out of the V trigger, because I feel like that's the winning, card.
Well, I mean,
sure.
he's not. He's using the V. You didn't need to do that, but I think he's in a good position. But hey, he can make those mistakes.
Unnecessary.
No, he missed it. The button didn't
no
come
punish.
outside.
No way.
No trip guard punish, but here's the activation. He is gonna get
this time. The double dash.
How can
Look
he-
at the corner carry too. Dude, the frame I actually think they buffed the frame advantage from last season, I think.
I need to double check that myself again.
But he's gonna get another one before the round's over.
Nah. I'll tell you why. Because if he guesses wrong from this scenario, it's curtains. Watch this. Oh, he punished. The Rock. He went
The
behind
Rock
him.
didn't hit him. No EX. No! All he had to do was the XDP.
That was kind of disrespectful.
He got
From
caught
that range.
here in the headlights. He just froze.
There's an anti-air with the heavy
Woof.
ruffian. There's the tech. Ooh. This is the thing. Something. Well. I told you.
What you were saying?
Oh, well. I mean, I was just going out for a stroll and the pie got thrown in my face. That's all. That's why. Oh, no, he's dead. He's dead.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's more than dead.
GG's.
Woof.
Not like legit. Sometimes I feel EX Zonk is you just leave your house and a pie just hits you in the face out of nowhere. No context,
But
no
the
reason.
pie is made with cement. It's not cream filling. It's
It's
cement.
more like a piano falling from the roof. I feel like. What are the odds?
See, look, I see people laughing in the chat. Just imagine it for a second. Imagine you just walk outside, you go into the supermarket, and a pie just gets thrown in your face. That's the exotic knuckle. You're minding your own business, trying to get something started in the day, and then you just get hit by something.
Oh, that's punished. Yeah, you got to space it a little better, my friend.
All right, there you go. Pressure being applied right now. But again, Gen's found his footing. He's making the comeback. I like the rally and adaptation these guys are illustrating to us. But sometimes I feel Wash Your Hands can definitely run away with this.
No way. The damage on this jumping is just way too high.
Yes, it's 30% every time.
Well, let's be honest here. Remember, Seth has 900 Vitality, the second lowest, or no, joint lowest with Akuma. So it's doing more damage than it does, but it's still a high damage output.
Okay, gonna activate here.
He's gonna hold it. He'll hold it now. Yeah.
Oh, he screwed up the mix. This is a bad spot for Gen.
So unfortunate for Gen.
Okay, now he can kill off a hit confirm, but it's still a tough spot. He can just hold down back for his life.
That was such a
do you know what
risky
I do?
crouch
Do
move.
you know what I do? I'd wait and just do the super roar.
Oh, he's dead!
No.
Why is he not respecting that?
I'm not sure. I think maybe he just wanted to take his turn back after the crouching medium kick.
Yeah, but
Gen has been using Hekatonkri so convincingly after crouching medium kick. I don't know why you would try.
Yeah,
you know?
because the thing is, he's punished every time he's blocked the Hekatonkris, even his well-spaced ones. He's got the crouch jammers, the cancel.
Yeah.
He's just not like letting.
Oh, that's gonna break it.
He's not letting the string go.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Just some overextension, honestly, from both of these players. But Wash Your Hands, you know, has a good lead here, and he doesn't want to throw it away, but it might be a little too late. Oh, I talked about it.
Yeah, sometimes it costs to be a good anti-air.
Right, one grab will do it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he didn't want it.
I do not like that view reverse.
Oh, the scoops.
Overhead. Oh, well.
Okay, now he gets to activate. He gets to activate.
Hold it. You gotta hold it. Watch out for the low. Yeah, he saw it.
He's still got to hold the pulse for himself. Look at all that chip damage, too.
All right, there we
Damn,
go.
speaking of chip damage.
Oh, you can't use that.
Not dead,
It's his
though.
own. Sway!
Oh, Sway! Hey, he's playing 3D in a 2D game.
Here we go.
He was ready. I think, is that the first time he's done that the whole set? I don't think he's used Sway to beat Annihilate Sword. I don't think.
He tried V-Shift before and he missed the punish. I think he tried to sway, but it got hit because he done it too late.
Okay.
Somebody did say there's a gap if you do the MK version. I like that there's a gap, but you don't know if the gap's going to cause a trade or he's going to lose to a counter hit. That's the problem.
Right.
Gaps
Look
are
at the
fine.
chip. Oh, this is so bad for Gen right now.
Oh, he tried.
That works in a very similar way to Balrog's dash forward to dash back. Like, it's a very similar kind of movement.
Wow.
Yep.
Exalt saves the day.
Yes, sir. The tried and true, you can always bet on it.
Now,
What was it again, Jammerz? You know, you were leaving your house and what hit you on the head?
it's just a pie just
the
comes
pie.
out of nowhere and
Cement.
just throws it in my face.
With cement inside. Yeah, I like that.
Someone's asking.
Wrapped up in a piano.
Someone's asking what's the name of Seth's hands. It's called Hekatonkris. Just, do you know what? I'll tell you what to do. Type in Hekatonkris on YouTube and watch the pronunciation. I guarantee the comment that will be there, the only comment will be there, says, I came here because Seth's moving Street Fighter 5. I guarantee you it's there. I guarantee it's there.
Shoutouts to all the people who came from Street Fighter 5.
All right, now Gen has to chill out here and not overextend. He's lost so many rounds here, just reaching a little too far when V-Trigger's active on Cody's side, and just blown leads. He can't do that here. He has to be composed and a little conservative.
Speaking of life leads, might be gone very soon.
Crouch fierce.
I would EX Hekatonkris just to kill the V-Trigger time.
Yeah.
Nah, this is fine.
That's
as well.
actually really good.
Yeah, this is fine as well.
Yeah, it's basically over. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, do you know, I think, like, Wash Your Hands has been playing really well. I can see the gaps in his gameplay because he's not respecting very basic meaties.
Yes.
Very basic.
I mean, but honestly, it's like a very interesting thing because these players obviously know each other, so it might be, you know, a part of that.
True, true.
I think on that medium ruffian, he could have gotten light DP to punish. Oh man, the target. I forget he has that.
Yeah, you rarely see that, but it has very same kind of appliances to Kareem's.
Oh no! That is not
That
what
was
he
supposed
wanted.
to be hands.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is not what he wanted. If he gets hit by anything, that's going to be a confirmer to super, unless he wants to spend it on the one bar.
And Wash Your Hands is just chilling right now. Hands are clean, like everything's good.
This is so tense. And he's still got 2 more when he wants them. The extended hurt box, the awareness there not to get clipped by the last active frames of EX. And now this is close to being set point.
Well, technically it is set point here for Wash Your Hands, and I wouldn't be surprised if
he's at the point where he's picking up the towel and he's picking up the towel. He's about to dry his hands. It's about to be over.
He's not going to be reversal. He's going to go out with a bang.
Okay, not. Oh man, this is so tense. Okay, there's the act. Okay.
Unless.
Oh, look at that! The conversion.
Watch out for the V-shift.
That counter hit didn't have to happen.
TikTok. There's a V-shift. Get into V reversal. Yeah, get him to do it. Get him to do it. You put it in the wrong place.
That is like, I feel like the screen placement was a part of that.
Hang on.
Absolutely, that's a punish. Even on heavy. Okay, he could be reversal. With a hit confirmed, he can win this.
No, he's about to dry.
Oh, he's got it. That's it. That's it.
Good.
The check, he knew that Wash Your Hands was going to try and close it out there. Again, that's one of those things I've played you a million times. I know how you like to try and end rounds. Hold this counter hit crouching medium kick.
That is insane. The fact that he was confident that he could still win the round when the V trigger didn't work out. And again, he's been checking a couple of these dashes with the crouching medium kick, banking on the counter hit to get the crouch jab confirmed after that, or the follow through after that. So it's worked out, but again, it's
a little risky.
Yeah, every game right now he's playing, it's this is why I didn't like playing Akuma, because I played Akuma for a little bit. You make a mistake by accident, you're dead. Your opponent's not gonna care.
Hear that, Mostafles?
It's like, thanks.
Oh, believe me, I know.
I accept it.
He's in the same situation he was in the very last game here. Stuns racking up. He's got less than half that health left.
Wash Your Hands here playing very conservative, willing to back off there. But he's trying. That has not worked out once. He's gotten stuffed every single time trying to do the wake up pocket sand.
He's not sparing the soap right now.
Oh, he
like that reversal.
He cracked.
He can get a V trigger here though, but it'll be right when he's almost dead.
He might get something out of
Bro, I'd throw him again if I were you. No, he's not doing it.
He's taking it.
Yeah,
he would have taken it.
He's not doing it.
I mean, it's like sometimes people should listen.
Sweet!
Oh no! That time he did it just a little late.
Do you know what? Yeah, like he done the sweep too late. It's like, dude, it's asking for you to sweep.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, we are at set point again here for Wash Your Hands. Is Gen going to be able to clutch this back from the jaws of defeat, making a miraculous comeback? Will he be the hero today?
I don't know. A couple of zonks. One more will do it. The ignorant version's coming out very shortly.
Okay, look at this.
Okay.
There's going to be an activation here that's on its way scarier.
Oh, he tried to throw him off. No, but he tried to throw him off with the whip jab first.
Man, back off. Let your gray light chill out.
No, it's too risky. No, and he loses the winning condition, I feel like.
No, he's still got he's still got roundhouse into super.
Okay.
He stopped it zonk before it even hit him. You are count your blessings.
Oh, that was so good, the awareness.
Hey, listen, if you got any of that magic pixie dust, throw it my way, because how on earth do you manage to get back into this round is beyond me.
No way. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Nah. It is not over until the robotic android sings.
No way. Yeah. Massive android brain activity.
Did my man do empty jump into EX Cruel Disaster from half screen? You're mad.
Oh, he's gonna get. Oh, he pushed it out. Look at this.
Gets the trade again. Look at this dominance right now.
Okay, he's going in. I actually like this. Keep the pressure on. Don't let him breathe.
I can't believe this.
Joke's on you. I already washed my hands.
He's got to worry about chip here pretty soon.
It'll come soon.
Oh, it doesn't even have to worry about it. Gets the jump in. And now, are we tied at 9-9?
No, I think it's 9-8.
No, it's 8-9, 9-8, 9-8. Okay. It's been hard to keep track. It's been so back and forth and so tense.
The momentum, though, this could change.
What's the score, Richard? What does it say on the lobby? I'm pretty sure it's 9-8.
Okay.
It's
cool.
It's 8-9.
I can't believe this. You know, one thing I will say about this, he is never counting himself out. The confidence is always there that he can make the comeback, and that's hard to do.
Well,
that
you know
kind
what?
of a match can really carry the momentum.
Listen, like you said, it's not over until it's over. This is a heavily based, it's a game heavily based on momentum. And I tell you what, a lot of players I've seen in the lifespan of this game have something that is not a second win. There's something bigger than that.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you said, it's not over till you wash your hands.
Well.
And he's got V-Trigger locked and loaded. This is going to be a scary situation for Cody whenever he finds the activation point.
That was so good. Once again, using that target combo to great efficiency.
Yeah, and that's been the big adaptation these last few games, right? You know, he was getting blown up with the delayed jump timings, with the axe kick, whatever it is, and now he's just not letting him get in the skies like that.
Head-to-head.
Again.
Once again, just completely negating it.
And again, deja vu.
Gotta go
This
for
is
the
like-
activation.
Yes, it's deja vu. 3rd or 4th match point here for Wash Your Hands. Low.
Oh, okay. That was a misconfirm on the medium kick ruppian. and
Like,
gotta
look
stop
at
jumping.
this.
Right.
That is the tail of the tape for these last few matches.
He can't jump forward now. He's got it locked.
Oh, he could have gotten a big jump in there if he believed.
Still gets punished. Oh, and gets thrown a pie at his face.
Don't knuckle again. He's going to have to hold it out until you get like a forward medium punch or something. He needs to walk in that range and activate the maneuver. I don't care whether it's hook or by crook. You need to activate that thing. And he gave away the game. That's it. He's done. Ruffian
Yep,
dead.
it is dead, and Wash Your Hands will take it 10-8 over DBGen. He tried, but fell a little short.
Well,
Washed.
regardless of what happened, ladies and gentlemen, I hope these guys put on a good show
That was a
and
great
represented the Canadian scene to the fullest. Let me see GG's in the chat. And just for the sake of it, Wash Your Hands right now before we announce Wash Your Hand wins the set. Yes. I'm going to say that name in the tournament bracket and I go, Wash Your Hands. It's like, what? What? And it's like, there's no sink here. And it's like, well, there doesn't need to be a sink. You soap. Use hand sanitizer afterwards. Smile
Even lotion
away.
up.
Well, you can do
Yes,
that as well.
yes,
Whatever
yes.
you do to make you sleep at night and make sure you stay hygienic. Anyway, what we are going to do right now is we are going to take another short break. I'm going to make sure the people upstairs are happy. But when we come back, we're going to get DBGen and Wash Your Hands back into the lobby. And we're going to talk about what transpired in that set, as well as ask him some further questions. We'll see you very shortly.
Oh yeah, you know I'm ready. Trying to read each other here? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Hit them with a stopping bomb. More fuel for the fire. Cook them up. Breaking on them to lay down some damage without giving up ground. Drops them. Perfect parry. They got a feast on this chance. What now? Really big this time to boss this out? Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. They are done.
いってみましょう。地上技で差し合う距離、リーチの差を生かすか、それを手玉に取るか。よく見ていた。さあ飛びはしっかりジャストで受け止めていく。体力はわずか、ゲージ差はある。ここはどう出る。インパクトは受け止めた。主導権の奪い合い、どちらが仕掛けるか。受け止めている。
Nothing stops this train. Ooh, the drive impact hits for a punish. Player 1 can't win this without pulling the trigger. Noticeable life lead.
受け止めながらここは出し惜しみはなし。出血大サービスだ。ダメージ計算、ゲージ管理バッチリ。
If I go too far, please forgive me.
My name is Seth. Bow down before my sight.
It's time for trap.
Show me everything. Download.
This will do.
It's the end! Let's go! The finale! You can't escape!
PlayStation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring DBGen and WashYourHands, hailing from Canada and showcasing their skills. If you are just joining it, I know everyone likes to ask this question. They tell on the stream, said, did I miss it? You did. You guessed it right. You have missed it. No more games. The results is right next to me with WashYourHands emerging victorious 10-8. Now let me find out. Have I got the gentleman with me here? WashYourHands. Gen, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect. So, first of all, wash your hands. Congratulations on winning that 10-8 there. You had a couple of close moments there where Gen was looking to take it to 9 apiece and take it to last game, last round. But first of all, I've got to ask you, what's your mindset? What's your philosophy going into the Seth matchup?
Well, I run a lot of sets with Dion, and I know like his two setups are really nasty. Like they can turn the tide, so I get really scared once he's got 2 triggers. That's why I was kind of like EX-zonking a lot. I just want him to burn the bar, and like he can get a lot of momentum going. I respected his anti-airs a lot. I tried not to jump in too much unless it was like vacuum and neutral, or I'd be willing, or just to get out of the corner. Like I'm fine taking damage for that,
Right.
because his anti-airs are really nice. And like even though the score was like it was really close, like I knew, like even though I had match point a few times, I know like Dion he can close it out, like close the gap. So I was really scared there, so I'm just happy I came out on top there. It could have gone either way.
It can be difficult because I feel, like you said, despite the scoreline being extremely close, a lot of the stuff that Gen was doing was he was working a night shift overtime and no pay. He just wasn't. He just
Make it sound so rough.
He wasn't getting damage for how well he was playing at certain times. Crosscut, anti-airs, doing the mix-ups. Even when he landed tandem maneuver, the V-Trigger 2 successfully, it didn't do the same amount of damage as if you were just going to spend 1 bar or even get a meterless counter hit conversion. So I do feel sometimes you can kind of endure and just take in a lot more hits and be more calm in situations than he does. But that's just me looking at it from a third-person perspective, though. I mean, do you want to elaborate on that at all? Or?
Yeah, so that's definitely it. Like Seth is a cannon, he's really frail. He's gonna get like, I just need one opening, really. But like just the difference in like walk speed and mobility, and just like his low checks are a lot scarier, so I think it evens out. But I think it's a lot easier as the Cody player. Like you only need 1 hit to kind of make a comeback, whereas Seth kind of has to use a lot of like sequences or get you into the corner.
Yeah, I can 100% agree.
And like Dion was, DBGen was, he was pushing me a lot to the corner. Like I was surprised by that. Like he's really stepped up his game, so that was really scary.
Hey, listen, it was great to see, and I want to ask something before I hand it over to Mostafles for a question. DBGen, your V-Trigger 2 setups, they're not unconventional, they're unique. I don't normally see people activate the way you did with V-Trigger 2, as other people do. You had one where you actually use crouching beating kick as part of the lows that are going for the down forward hard kick. You know, you had the setup where I think you do it in a combo and then you jump over the opponent and it crosses up. Is that right? So
yeah.
Can you kind of walk me through why you wanted to be different with the maneuver? Is it because of the endless possibilities, or you just found it much more creative?
That's definitely a part of it. The endless possibilities. The person who obviously cultivates Trigger and a bit of Sako as well. They're the ones that cultivated this V-Trigger. And everybody has seen the mix-ups that they've come up with, right? I don't think you can get away with just using the same stuff that everybody else has seen, right? The activation that I found on hit is also not. I didn't find that on my own. I shout out Yuki and R telling me about on hit setups. But I found a way to convert off of it on, and I also ended up finding that situation where I was jumping over for a cross up. Now, as you guys saw, WashYourHands was blocking it because he was just holding back. So that's because he's already seen it. Like, me and I have played how to deal with it, right? So that's why I was also mixing in, like, using the crouching medium kick to try to catch him low. Because if they walk back, that's what opens them up, and then they get reset for a combo. Right. If they don't move and they're crouching, it ends up being a cross up. So other than the people that I play regularly, seen stuff like that before, and I can take advantage of that.
Well, right. I mean, it's sorry, just before I hand it over to Mostafles. I mean, like, for me personally, like, especially when it comes to learning new V-triggers like Fuma Shuriken with Ibuki or the maneuver with Seth, I do feel in this game, even with the mirror as well, actually with Urien, it's the simple mix-ups can take you a long way, only because yes, they're recognizable, but everyone becomes the same victim in a 50-50, and last time I checked, 50-50 are pretty good odds for anybody.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true. I don't shy away from you. I do use it regularly, but like I also got to mix in because you can't give everybody the same looks every time.
You know what? I can't even rebuttal that. Like that's just a life saying. That's not even just a fighting game saying. That's a life saying. So, you know what? Mad props to Gen for actually just putting that out there. So, look, you can't give people the same look twice. So mad respect there. But yeah, Mostafles, anything you want to ask these guys? Because you actually spoiled out a fair bit in this set.
Yeah. So my first question is for Jen. So around the halfway mark, when you're both around like the 5 or 6 games, I can't remember which game specifically, there was a setup where you knocked him down, you activated V-Trigger, and he tried to jump back, and it seemed, or no, I think he like tried to jump over you or something, and it seemed like you preemptively switched it to the other side to catch him. Was that
that was definitely intentional, I promise. I promise that was intentional.
That was the EX into the EX hands?
Yeah.
The EX hands? Yeah.
So, because he's attempted to do that beforehand as well. So, like, I have an answer for that. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to put him in this situation, or think I'm going to put him in this situation, and then pull the orb back. He's going to, like, just to see if he attempts to jump forward, because he likes to rotate his defensive options a lot. I think I could have gotten a much better conversion.
Sure.
I just had to call out.
I will have you know that if you go back and watch the VODs, we all freaked out. It was sick.
Trust me, I will go back and watch it.
The other question, just one more question I have. So like Jammerz was saying when he was first talking to WashYourHands, there were several moments where it was set point for him. He was stuck at 9 games and 1 round like 3 or 4 separate times. What is kind of your reassurance process for yourself that you aren't out of it yet? Because I actually think there's a lot of parallels between you and I as a player. We can get pretty emotional and tilted pretty easily. And so I'm sure that's something that you can struggle with. How did you keep reminding yourself that, like, I'm not done yet? Because we were all like, I cannot believe he's bringing this back.
So, for starters, I was having so much fun playing this set, whether I was down or not. So, at no point was I tilted. No point was I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm dealing with this. Like I think that's literally I think that's the difference. I just kept a clear head because having negative emotions affects your decision making. Of course. So I was just having so much fun playing this set. And I felt it's like, all right, if WashYourHands is gonna bring it to me, I gotta bring it right back, and that's all it is. I can't go down without a fight. I was actually surprised with how many risks that I took that he blocked in situations where I hadn't taken that risk before. It kind of rattled me, but I'm just like, all right, then he's just that aware. So like I just gotta switch things around.
Damn, that's insane, right? So, Olvaha, say your point before I say this story to Gen about his mindset. I'll tell you something.
I actually had a question, but if you have something before that,
So it's interesting that you said negative emotions affect your decision making. First of all, I don't think you've been hit by heavy hitting moves in this game enough.
I promise you, I have. I promise. It's a massive hurdle that I've overcome.
So that I kind of respect that. And also, we had Japanese players on. We had Kichipa and Shuto on last week. Like I showed you both as to why we had to reschedule. Shuto told us before he faces enduring matchups, I don't know if he specified it to big bodies or specific matchups. He literally said he goes off and walks for 2 hours, and then he comes back and he plays. And I said, wait. I said, do you walk 2 hours in general? Or you walk 2 hours before a matchup? And he said 2 hours before a matchup. And I was like, like 2 hours that long? And he said, you need a clear head, and like it needs to be focusing.
Oh my gosh!
So when you said negative emotions affect your decision making, I couldn't help but think last week we had someone said he takes 2 hour walks before he fights big bodies.
I don't know if I'm that extreme with it. I don't know if I've ever walked that long in a stretch period, especially before a match.
Do you know what it is? Everyone has their mantras, everyone has their rituals, everyone has their ways of coping with certain things and like dealing with that. And I kind of respected that because like he's in a country where you're allowed to walk around a lot of places. But I was like, maybe 2 hours is a bit much, but like whatever works for you. And I do feel sometimes where some people said, you know what, I just need to have a Red Bull, or you know what, I just need to like kiss my cat good morning or something like that. I don't know, let's do something. So it's different for everyone. And I like it when players tell me like what's their kind of special like ritual or something. Because look, so Kido was meditating for a while, and then XSK Samurai, like he copied it for a little bit. And it was like, okay, this is what people do. But yeah, sorry, enough about me. Olvaha, please ask your question.
Big walks for big bodies. But my one thing that stuck to me with the set, I think it was one of the earlier games, we saw the interaction between the tandem maneuver and the home run. And
yes.
We were wondering, is that something you guys have experienced before? Do they actually interact with each other? Do you have
his pipe swing?
Yeah,
the pipe swing with the V trigger too.
I think he swung it back at you.
I've never seen it actually, so
I don't. No, I think. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I've actually never experienced that. So if I had sent that towards him and he reflected it somehow, I probably would have like, you know what, I'm going to V trigger because this is not worth it.
Do you know? Actually, WashYourHands, say your point on that before I make a point.
No, I think it was just an execution error. I think I just panicked.
Okay, because there was only two things I could think of, right? It's either you swung it back with the pipe, or I think you probably inputted the directions too quick again, and you brought it back. Because obviously you can control where it goes because it's omnidirectional, right?
Oh well, he didn't swing it back. I know he didn't. I've just never seen it actually happen. But that situation where I did pull it back because that setup, I think I caught him in it one time during the set where I dribble it forward like 3 times,
right?
And then bring it back afterwards. He knows about that. So the counter to that is he jumps forward. So what I was trying to do was baiting him into jumping forward. bringing the orb back so he could fall onto it.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense because we could have sworn it looked exactly like they interacted.
The timing was very
it was like too perfect, but I can also understand the fact that they probably don't interact with each other. Honestly, it's like a super rare coincidence.
Well, I mean, like, we'll see, because I was saying this on commentary while you were basically trapping him in the corner with the V-Trigger 2 again. I said, look, you basically set up the V-Trigger 2 like it's a backup dancer. It's just there, just waiting and just ready to perform any time you give the right call, because you had some really nasty stuff there. But I've got to ask this question for Wash Your Hands right now. Do you feel, this is going to sound a bit weird, do you feel when Seth uses V-Skill 1 it's free damage for you? Because of the spacing. Because you had pretty good spacing most of the time with Medium Ruffian, the EX Zong, couple of jumps as well. I feel that's free damage for you. Am I wrong in saying that?
Yeah, it's very risky. Like the damage, like the Oki's really good, but get much landing the suction. But one of the buffs that Cody got was his Ruffian. They extended the hitbox, so it's like a little farther. So that difference, like, it made a huge like impact in the matchup. I find, like, because if you're outside of the range of the suction, you can whiff punish it with Ruffian. You can whiff punish it with like level 2 Zonk. You can get like a full jump in if you want, because it's like 25 frames, so it's like it is reactable. So it's very risky, but like I understand why he's doing it though. It's like it's good for catching buttons, especially like if you throw out a button and suction gets you, like it'll extend the range, like for like getting like the move.
Getting pulled in.
I see what you mean.
Like when he's doing it, he's looking for buttons, I'm pretty sure.
Buttons, maybe you actually throwing out the Zonk and I could catch it pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's like that is, whether you like it or not, it is an extended footsie tool on Seth's like arsenal. Like you see it as a V skill.
It's like a pseudo fireball.
Yeah, it's
but extremely risky in the same.
Yeah, exactly. It's very risky.
This is the life you chose, not us. So.
Oh, of course. I will never downplay that. I chose it.
But
like fireballs in general are risky.
Well, look at the game we're playing.
That's a bit more of a fireball, more than a fireball, I'd say. But
yeah.
Now. Wash Your Hands, I got to ask you as well. There was a lot of times you weren't blocking DBGen's setups. You were getting hit by a lot of simple mix-ups and meaties. Was that you trying to avoid the V-Trigger 2 like situations?
Yeah, like I'm just trying to stay out of range. Like, I was kind of getting a little bit frustrated there. I blocked more. Definitely.
Okay, no, I mean, because it kind of like I only asked because like there was so many situations where I'm like, yo, Seth doesn't get any Oki on back rise, and you were getting hit by a lot of simple things, and I couldn't help but relate back to what Tokido got asked recently about.
Oh yeah.
I know I shouldn't bring it up, but it was funny. If you haven't seen that clip, One Step Layered.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm just telling people in the stream as well. One Step Layered put up a clip where somebody asked Tokido, "What do you do against hit confirm, like strong hit confirm based players?" And it probably took about 20 seconds to register what the hell was asked.
He really couldn't believe that was. The look at his face was priceless.
And he said, "Just block.
If you block, you don't take
Just
damage."
block.
It's the pro tips from Tokido.
Well, listen, you wait till he does a Kanye West book with all them tips in there. But it's a thing where, like, I understand if you feel you can avoid something, try and avoid it. And there's other times where it's like blocking is the best decision, but also we are playing, and this is across the board. The fighting is now, you're getting punished for blocking. Whether you like it or not, I know it's not doing actual damage, but grey damage is still part of the bigger picture. You can make what? You can make a throw go from 130 to 150 with the right amount of grey damage, and it's like, yeah, that added up because you're blocking. So I was just wondering, because I was like, damn, he's really not respecting his boys' meaties, is he? He's like, he's just getting hit by.
At the same time, I can't blame him for backdash. Really good. It's almost like he has like an SF4 backdash.
Well,
sometimes like.
Wait, is Cody's backdash up there? I know Ed and Colleen's.
It's like the same as Ed's. It's like very. Yeah.
Okay.
There's like some setups with Zangief that other characters. forget what it was, but like him and Edkin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know, I didn't even know. I probably have to pay more attention to Cody's backdash. Just because other moves take priority when you talk about Cody that no one really speaks about his backdash. So
Stuff like if I backdash like a throw in the corner and he doesn't use like a light to punish, then I can just use the final fight target combo and just re-corner.
Right.
And if he blocks it, I can just go into the V trigger, and then he has to take a mix.
Yeah, makes so
But
much.
like, obviously it's risky though. You have to use a light. You have to whiff with throw and then go into a light.
Do you know what? That makes so much sense. I'm glad you enlightened us on that. Mostafles, you got any other questions you want to ask these guys?
Yeah, so for Wash Your Hands, like I said, we saw you were at set point multiple times, and despite your best efforts, Jen was not down and out. But it really seemed to me that the pivotal difference there towards the end, were for the last few games, you were making a much more concerted effort to maybe like give up a little bit of control on the ground so that you could better deal with his air approach, and you were anti-airing, or you were air to airing him with the jump target combo from Cody, which you virtually like never see. Do you feel like that was the key difference in you actually closing that set out and like stalling that comeback from Jen?
Yeah, for sure. I noticed like he was using dive kick a lot to the standing fears. Like against players that like know how to like beat out that move, it's like really scary. Like so you have to meet them in the air. It's like harder to react to, but like the reward is really good. Yeah. Especially with characters that don't really have like that great anti-airs. Like I could use V skill 1, but like I don't like it, so
right.
I'm gonna.
Well, and V skill 2 is like genuinely busted. It's so good.
Yeah, it's like it's good for damage too, and like you want to get extra damage on.
Well, I think
as fast as you can. You don't want him having a V trigger comeback. Like don't give him that chance.
Oh, I
and
think
like you can activate on block with forward heavy kick. You can't do that with double kick.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I think you both made it like a priority not to let the other person get their V trigger and like kind of make the comeback.
Yeah, it's like it's such a. This is a very V trigger heavy matchup.
Do you know what? I kind of disagree. It plays a part. You both have 2-bar V triggers. They're both powerful. Some of the better ones in the game. But it's like I think you guys showed us more outside of the V trigger, or you basically showed us the matchup outside of the V trigger before the pipe and the omnidirectional projectile came into play. It's like, I can whiff punish your V skill. You can use your axe kick to mess up my anti-airs. We have a couple of frame traps and tick throws you can work with. I think you guys really expressed yourselves before the kind of volatility came into effect. I mean, do you agree with that, Wash Your Hands? Or?
Yeah, it's kind of like how you have like an opening game in chess, like an ending.
Yes.
It's like the start of the round is very different from how it ends. Like you wanna make the health work for you. You don't want to give them any opportunities, and just save as much health as you can for when they inevitably put you in a mix. And hopefully, if you guess wrong, you'll still be alive, and then that's when you can kind of make a comeback.
I can feel that. Again, did you want to say something about that point as well?
No, I agree. I think it also shows because again, he and I like we kind of understand the matchup like in and out in a sense. Him, I think more so than me, because he understands like facing that he really wants to be at, and he's forcing me to play in a position where I'm uncomfortable. So I have to get around that. That's all it. I think a good majority of it is getting around Cody's ground game, and then the features play.
And look, it's a solid ground game at that as well. So, right, another question I want to ask. It's still related to Street Fighter, but I wanted to talk more about the Canadian scene in general. Now, I'm not sure because I'm still ignorant to a lot of scenes, but I still watch a couple of things here and there. How has online competition been for you guys in Canada in general? Have you guys kind of like fully embraced it, or is there still some like we want to go back to offline sort of thing? Well, let me get Gen's answer on that first.
Yeah, go ahead.
So at first, when like we all transitioned to, it seemed cool. It's just, but knowing how difficult things can be with playing online, it would have been. How do I say it? It didn't feel like the end all be all. Like it didn't feel sustainable.
Right.
I really do miss offline. I miss the physical interactions with people, talking to people, playing next to somebody, and actually having conversations, games, and what's going on in the set, all that good stuff. But online has also helped a lot of us be better players, level up a lot, because we've had competition outside of our region for that because of it. So NLBC helped me a lot. Bruce Lee helped me a lot. Playing in Casa helped me a lot, because there's just talents that you just don't find in your region. I've run into IDOM in bracket, OG. I've run into so many great players that I otherwise would not have if we didn't have these. Like, as much as I want to go back to offline, I am grateful.
Sorry, that you cut out that last part. We still got him?
I said I'm, as much as I want offline, like offline, I am grateful. I'm grateful for online and what it's done for us.
Yeah.
Right,
All right. Do you know what?
right.
I can agree with that as well. Wash your hands. Tell me your experience. How's it been for you these past 2 years?
Yeah, so like so many people have been running their own. Great people like level up their game. Like the competition is really intense for tournaments. I've mostly been entering Digital Havoc because I want to support like my local scene, and I really like the tournaments they run, and it kind of works within my schedule. I'd like to do more, but it's kind of like a huge time sink right now for me. But when Street Fighter 6 drops, hopefully we're gonna have more offline tournaments, because I want to catch up with everyone in our local scene, and a lot of people have been playing like other games for now, but like it's going to be exciting to see everyone come back to Street Fighter 6. I know a lot of people are really excited to play that game. Like there's so much energy, and just there's a lot of, I want to see like our old players come back, and I want to see like the new players who picked up who started with Street Fighter 5, like how they fare. It's going to be like really it's going to be really fun.
It's gonna be for sure.
Okay. Interesting. I'll go for it.
Before I ask anything about Street Fighter 6,
Oh yeah, sorry.
yeah, no worries. Before I ask anything about that, I had one last question on my half about this set, and I wanted to ask you again on your V-Skill 1 usage. Do you practice using the copied move of other characters in specifically in a lab, or do you find that you'll think of something on the fly? And if you had to name one character and their absorbed V-Skill move that you know least about, what could that be?
Chicken feet. Any money's Aura's chicken feet.
You know what? Go buy yourself a.
Wait, was that
Dead
that
on
right?
the money.
Was that right?
Dead on the money.
Right, I told you. I do it.
So I actually lab every install, especially when a new character drops. Like I lab every install in what I can possibly. Even though there are matchups where I don't use V-Skill at all, I still check the install to see what I can do with it and if it's worth using. Auros, I know how to use it. It's really, really weird. It's really weird. I mean, you're not wrong. It side switches on hits. It has so many hits into it, so you can't really incorporate it with V-Trigger 2. It's cool with V-Trigger 1, but I don't think V-Trigger 1. I mean, you could try to match damage with V-Trigger 1.
Juggles for days.
Yeah, but other than that, it's just chicken feet and probably.
I bet you it's Mika's butt slam. Is it Mika's butt slam?
I actually use V-Skill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
What about Honda's headbutt?
Nope.
Yeah,
Never.
thought
Not
so.
a day in my life.
No, because it's not.
Understandable. Have a
I
nice day.
legit think that's pointless against Honda. Like I don't know.
It absolutely
I don't
is.
know what that does. What do you know the follow-up move in V trigger that Seth gets from Chicken Feet? Is it the spiral that goes down? Does he get
It's the kicks.
Oh,
It's the kicks. Yeah, so you can get the Tatsu follows. That's why I say, dude. I think for that matchup, V-Skill 1 and the range you want to play at doesn't really, like, it doesn't work. Especially if Oro likes to use his V-Skill 1, the Booger. He can't do that for he can't do that for free. Like at any point, if I have V-Skill, I can V-Skill DP through it like every time to punish. So he has to find specific setups in order to get that.
okay. No, that's interesting. I didn't know that because I still mess around with Seth's installs here, but I could just tell through word of mouth when Oro came out and they said, "What does Seth take?" It's like, "Is this Chicken Feet?" And it's like, this doesn't do anything. Like legit, this does not do anything. So
there are so many installs that Seth has from certain that make the question. I'm like, why did you give him?
well, me personally, I think the first and foremost, it can it be used in a combo. I don't think they look at neutral applications first. They look at, does this work in a combo? Because the whole point, how they're going to advertise the character, is by doing combos. And and look, again, you know this is like as well as I do, even better than I do. There's a pattern to this stuff. All right, cool. I can cancel it from hands. I can cancel it from the Tatsu, from the when I have them in the air, from the EX Cool Disaster jump cancel.
Yeah,
like, you know the patterns. And then it's like, right, does this work from these patterns? Headbutt? No. Chicken Feet? No. Gill's knee drop? Probably not. It's got good screen carry, but I don't know if it works as well as, say, maybe Rashid's Eagle Spike or Akuma's Shakanetsu. I don't know. Like, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, to touch on Gills, I think it's actually.
You think it's decent?
Yeah, because you can actually go over like the way same way he uses EX knee drop to deal with fireballs against in like fireball matchups. You can do the same thing, have it, but I think it's better in a combo because of the corner carry and what you get after.
Right. Okay.
Also,
Yeah.
a little something I have. You can use the install in a V Trigger 2 mixed up.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's neat.
I didn't think of that actually.
I'll hit you up. I got you.
I actually did not think of that. You might have revealed something you didn't want any guild players to hear you do.
I've hit enough guild players with it already.
Fair. Sorry, Olvaha, you wanted to ask something real quick?
I was just gonna say, you know what move Seth should take from Zangief?
What move should he take?
What should he take?
Yeah, what
The
should
green
he?
hand.
I think he had the right move. I think it is SPD. I think that's the correct move.
Yeah, I think it was. I think
having access to a command grab is
Do you know what?
Yeah, one button
when-
command grab that
a
combo.
one button command grab that combos on hit.
I legit feel they should have let Seth have Oki off the SPD. They should have given him the heavy one, not the medium.
Look.
No.
That matchup is
That
already
would be
6-4%. That
Listen.
matchup is already 6-4%. It would be so bad for Geef if that installed or.
Well, I mean, look, I'm only thinking of it like this, right? You get the suction against one of his heavies, or maybe you catch a medium, and then you dash up, you get +3 Oki, right? You get the throw, and then it's like let him build momentum. One situation from there, because there's not the situation where he gets Oki from is a bit awkward anyway. So at least let him have one matchup where he kind of goes ballistic. Do you know what I mean?
I get that, but like,
That's just me.
think about it like this, because Geef he can't counter throws with EX SPD, right?
Yes.
So he's already susceptible to throw. Getting Oki off of the SPD would just be loop pressure into V-Skill again. It wouldn't stop. He'd have to sit there and block the entire time, because if he gets hit, it goes. And then if he gets hit again on the Oki, he goes back into V-Skill, and then it just loops all over.
I mean, he's got 1075 health. I'm sure he can.
He's got 1075 health, but the worst matchups. I'm not.
I just want to say I love how this turned into a full-fledged conversation because of my stupid joke.
Well, listen, sometimes great ideas or great conversations come from little jokes. It's like, hey, what if we did, like, you know, so, listen, I remember a long time ago, right, before, this is a story for all of you, I remember before V-Trigger 2s got introduced, there was a friend of mine that said he watched me play Mika and he said, what if Capcom gave her a chair look what happened.
God.
He said, what would happen?
He's a prophet.
And he literally said, what would happen if Capcom gave Nadeshiko a chair and she ran at you?
Crazy.
And look what happened. And I rang him up and I said, this is your fault. They heard you. They heard you. But right, anyway, let's move on to a little bit of SF6 before we let you guys go. So WashYourHands, you did mention SF6. What are your initial thoughts on it? Any hopes, any concerns? I know it's a bit broad, but talk to me how you feel about SF6 currently. Do we have him? Is he there or did he disappear?
Ayo?
Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, Street Fighter 6. I'm really excited for. Like, it's received a lot of positive feedback, like, from the community. Everyone's like really positive and like very happy to see it. I'm really like excited for just trying out the system mechanics, to be honest. Not even like the characters. Like, the characters look amazing, but like it looks like Capcom just really wanted to make a game like that's very like expressive and like with a lot of different like options like to play the game. Like, I just want to like pick it apart like once I get my hands on it.
Are you going to EVO at all? Because I believe it's playable at EVO.
Oh no, unfortunately not. But I'm hoping to go next year because I know like I go to Combo Breaker a lot, and I really like what Rick does for that tournament.
Shouts to Rick.
So like, it's really good, not just like as a competitor, but as a player. Like, there's so many casual setups, and I'm hoping that's what EVO's going to be like. So if it's well received, I'm going to go next year. Hopefully, that's the plan.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Yeah, and Street Fighter 6 hopefully will be out by then.
Fingers crossed as well.
Yeah.
Gen, what about you? Street Fighter 6. What, if you have seen any footage on it so far, what are your initial thoughts on the game?
Honestly, I am actually pretty surprised of how fleshed out the system looks so far. I think it's very well thought out. I do have a small concern, but everything else about the game has been absolutely like nothing but praise. So, and I just can't wait to try it.
Talk to me about the concern. What is it? I want to hear it.
I think it's drive impact. I think it might be a bit too strong.
Okay, don't worry.
So here's the thing, because it's not an FAD. It is like somewhat attack. It has 2 hits of armor from. It might be slow startup, and you could probably parry it, but like on block, it pushes you back and it resets neutral. In the corner, it causes the wall bounce. If you're a burnout, you get stunned. And it's all for 1 bar of drive meter. I think that might be a bit too strong for just 1. If I'm not calling for nerfs, because obviously we don't have our hands on the game like that's not even out yet.
Listen,
but if I were to suggest a change, I'd say 2 bars would probably.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. Before I make my point on drive impact, let's just say you did mention that I'm not calling for nerfs. We haven't even touched the game yet. In certain parts of the fighting game world, a certain Tasmanian devil had his move toned down recently because the game's not even out yet. Take that how you will. I didn't say anything, but take that how you will. Anyway, it's a thing where I think, Mostafles, we might have spoken to you about this when we had you on the show with Glitter before. Drive impact, I think from what everyone is seeing right now, month 1, that is going to drive people up the wall.
Yes.
And I like that more and more people are starting to say it. It's like, again, it's not like you said, again, it's not a small concern, but it's like, you can already, and that's signs of a good fighting game player to me. It's like, you can already see, it's like, that might be a problem in month 1. Month 1, maybe month 2, but you don't want it to be completely obliterated because people couldn't figure it out early. It takes a while. It takes people a while to flesh things out.
Like, you want to give people a chance to figure it out, but
yes,
completely running the meta.
I do feel, like you said, like both of you have said, is that the system, I think a lot of us, we can't wait to get our hands on it because there seems to be like a very obvious counter to everything. It might be hard to do in some cases, but it's like, yeah, the impact looks like it's going to be stopped by the parry. There looks like there's some very good cancels and whatnot, but it looks like it's going to be a system that we can all mesh with, hopefully from day one. Now, Olvaha, I'll leave the SF6 character question to you, so fire away.
Thanks a lot. So, I want to ask you both. give me one character you would like to see and one character you don't want to see in Street Fighter 6, and we can start with washing our hands. So.
Oh yeah. So obviously, like I want my main in the game, Cody, but I'm not going to be holding my breath because historically he's never been in the base roster for any of the Street Fighter games. Like he was in Alpha 3, he was in Super Street Fighter 4, he was DLC for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, he was Season 3 for Street Fighter 5, so I feel like he's not going to be in it. That's just my guess anyways. A character I do want to see though, which I think would be really cool, would be Minot. I think it'd be cool for her to take over like as the Dhalsim function. I think a lot of people really like the character, and she kind of fits that that play style like very well.
That's
like
interesting. No, sorry to cut you off. No one's actually said they wanted her to come back. That's really interesting. I mean, you want to see Minot. I can't try to visualize it. Would that work? Maybe. Well, look, Guile's got an install super, so I wouldn't put it past her. Giving it to Minot as well. That's interesting. Okay. What about a character you don't want to see return? This is going to be the funny one. Which one do you want to see come back?
There's character I do not want to see, is El Fuerte. I think
Everyone's saying El Fuerte. Stand up!
I think like he's the epitome of like everything that is. When I think Street Fighter, I think like footsie's like maintaining certain ranges.
This is brilliant.
But then like this character's just running and just jumping off the screen.
I mean, he is maintaining the distance by habanero dashing.
But like he's always doing something. Like I like the run, stop, fierce combos. Those are fun to do in training, but
Well,
they are.
but just give that to another character.
Do you know what? I respect that.
Great
like
answer.
Again, the El Fuerte community, if they're still around, they're very
In
tight.
shambles.
Listen, they're a very tight knit community. There's probably 3 of them anyway. So I don't think he's coming back.
I used to be a part of it.
Miss me feeling sorry for them.
Yeah, well, listen. I think everybody who played 4 or seen 4 into some capacity said, this guy is never coming back. Like, that's it. No, that's it. You get these characters. It's going to happen with 5. There's going to be 1 or 2 characters where it's like, yeah, we're never going to see you again. This is your one-off, make or break, whatever. I don't want to see Fuerte. Wash hands. I like that you don't want to see him either. That's great. We can all celebrate. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
He was pretty tacos, to be honest.
Be quiet. You're such for the dad
I like the
jokes.
luchador. Just I don't like his gameplay.
No,
His game.
that is completely fine. Right, again, we gotta extend the question to you. What character would you like to see return in Street Fighter 6 potentially, and who do you not want to see in Street Fighter 6?
All right, so as much as I want my namesake, I know the old man is probably not coming back. So if I really had to be realistic here, I would want Yang. Okay. He's my second favorite character in the entire Street Fighter franchise, so I would love to see him as a character, just both the twins. I think he won't make it either, because we have like somebody who's related to the Jamie already. But that would be my pick. I want Yang.
Okay, and who do you not want to see return? Is it Fuerte, or is it someone else you're going to surprise me with?
Us.
Oh my god, can we please leave Abigail in SF5? I never want to see that ugly.
He's smitten.
See that? You know something? It's the fact that he replaced Hugo, and he's our sole Canadian representative. Why?
He's got the maple leaf
He's got a maple
hairstyle.
leaf or a mohawk, bro.
He's got the Ontario drop V reversal.
All right, let me ask you this: if you had a choice between Hugo and Abigail to come in SF6, you had to pick one. Remember, Hugo in SF4 was a bit of a nightmare. Remember that. who would you rather have in 6 out of those big bodies? A big body could possibly return. I think big bodies ruin fighting games, but we all move about a day.
That's a bold stance.
No, I agree. He's spitting.
Listen, you're gonna argue with me?
Nobody likes command grabs. Come on. Except the characters.
No, command grabs are
don't
fine.
pile me in.
Listen, be quiet, you. Anyway, everyone. Before you answer your question, everyone likes a command grab. At some point, SF5 did it. They basically gave characters command grabs in certain situations. You're very lucky it didn't boil down to Guile getting a command grab. People are very lucky. You are very lucky Guile didn't get a command grab.
Sonic suplex.
That's the kind of direction the game was going. It's like Barrow got his returning command grab. Cody got one. Poison got one. I'm trying to think who else.
Bison, Balrog.
But this is it. Vega got one, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting, and it's like, oh my god, they might as well just give this character one, innit? And it's seal the deal. So, when I say big bodies ruin fighting games, listen. Big bodies are the luxury for the uninvolved. When we're watching Abigail do work, it's great. If you haven't seen the Punk versus Problem Mech picture at NCR 2018, go and look it up, right? If somebody tells you...
My man was pressed.
Listen, if somebody tells you what's the big body experience like, show them that picture.
That's that photo right there, personified.
Honestly, looks like he needed more horsepower.
But this is it.
Damn.
So I feel it's like big bodies, no matter what you do to them, it's just like one hit and they're... Listen, why do you think Brutus is always smiling? Why do you think... even when Geef isn't working out, he's still smiling because he's like, you know, I'm beating you. So it's like, it's rough. But yeah, sorry.
Brutus is different. Brutus is just different.
But we got on the tangent here. Sorry, what character would you not like to see in SF6?
So if I had to choose between Hugo or Abigail...
Yeah, out of those two.
Hugo free. I would want him.
Yeah.
I never want to see
sick.
Abigail again.
Hugo.
And Hugo was actually a cool
sick.
character. Actually a cool character.
He's a really cool character.
He's a cool
That's
guy.
just point blank period. I never want to see Abigail's ugly forever.
Okay, no, do you know what? I think you are the second Abigail hater outside of Idom. Idom says even... Idom says even a 2-year-old could play Abigail, so it's like I don't want to. He said that.
I'm not going that far.
He said that to us.
Well, he'll say a 3-year-old.
Well, listen, you know what? He'll say
I'm not going that far.
He'll say something for you, but no, that was great because here's hoping. Fingers crossed, we get some sort of beta like we did for SF5. For SF6 by the end of the year. Obviously, other games have been doing it to test their online. I would like a lot of people to get some sort of access to the game before it drops, just so they kind of dip their toes in the water to see if they, because what you see and what you experience are two different things. It looks great, but it might be one of those games where you feel it and you go, something doesn't feel right. Maybe because some of us have been attached to Street Fighter 5 too long, and some other people will be like, you know what, this doesn't work for me. I don't like drive impact going all over the place. I don't know what the parry's gonna do, because remember the parry was scaring everybody. The parry was scaring everybody, and it's like I don't know what that's gonna do long term. And it's like, okay, cool. I don't want to fight a big body with a parry from the get go. I don't want to do that. Like, come on, Gil and Ryu players online are hard enough to deal with when they don't even know when to do their parries, and they still get these moments with it. And it's like now everyone gets it from the get go.
Agreed. Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting, right? Mostafles, have you got any other questions you want to ask these guys before I hit them with my final question? Anything SF6 related or?
I do have a Street Fighter 6 question. So we've been talking about the drive gauge. The way that we understand it right now, Drive Rush doesn't work exactly like FADC. It's kind of a similar idea, but you can't cancel it from specials. It can only be canceled from parry. You can do it in neutral, and then you can also do it from normals. I guess my question to both of you is, would you want them to change the functionality that it does? You can't backdash, but you could dash forward like you can in FADC. Personally, I would, but I'm curious what you guys think.
Wash your hands. Let's get your opinion on that first.
So I haven't followed the specific mechanics too much. So it's drive impact. You can only dash forward.
Oh no, drive impact's the
drive rush.
Drive impact's the focus
Drive rush. Which one is that?
That's the basically the focus attack dash cancel. So you
So you want to can we do it backwards? You think? That's what you want?
No. So what I'm asking, right as it is right now, you can only do it empty. You can do it in neutral. You can also do it from a parry. And then if you want to do it in kind of an FADC function, you can do it from normals, but you can't do it from specials. So my question to both of you is, would you want them to change it that you can do it from specials? That way it would function very similarly to a focus attack dash cancel.
I don't think so, to be honest. I think like when I think of doing it out of specials, I think of like when like characters like Seth would they would DP and then they would like FADC forward and just take their turn back. And and they didn't patch that out until like the very end of the game's life. Right. Like I just didn't like that, and like you guys don't want like if you think like EX Zonk is bad, imagine like EX Zonk.
Sounds good to me.
But no, I will. Sorry, I've got to interject there because I'm pretty sure if an EX move in 6 costs 2 bars of the drive gauge, and then if you cancel it, you're doing another 3. A 2 or 3.
It is 3.
So
it is 3. You're right.
That sequence you said it's doable.
But you'd basically be burnt out.
But yeah, you'd basically be burnt out, so you can only do it one time. So that's kind of the balance they're going for, I feel. I understand where you're coming from, Wash Your Hands, because it's like conceptually, I just wouldn't want that in the game at all. Because if you were near the corner and you did that, you'd probably find a way to kind of make them wall spat and then dizzy them. So, I mean...
Yeah, well, I don't really have an opinion until I actually...
Fair enough.
I just want like the people that making the game just to have like a creative direction in mind and just and then like the community will take it from there, and like people will find what's strong, what's weak, and then they'll adjust it.
Oh, of course.
I think.
Well, hopefully they let things flesh out for a little bit.
Yeah, but
oh, go on.
Oh yeah, I was just saying like but that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus more on not specific characters, but just the system mechanics. That's what I want to learn mostly.
I like that. That's winning mentality. He's like, how do I win? Not what character's good. How do I win? Let's find out. And I hope he doesn't get the short end of the stick, pick the worst character in the game, and have to change like 2 months in because he's figured out this character doesn't work within this system. But Gen, what about you? How do you feel about how the drive rush mechanic works right now? Would you want it to be from specials or?
First off, I didn't even know you could do it just in.
Oh, okay.
That's new to me. I don't even know how you would do that. Is there like, do you just like dash forward and then you just spin?
I know, at least from reading the website, you can hold parry and then do the drive rush. I think that's 1 bar. If you do, I think it works the same way that FADC did. You just do it, but you do it with a normal thing. You just do whatever buttons the drive rush is and then just double dash forward as a cancel. Yeah. I think that's what's expensive. The neutral one I have to double check.
Yeah, I can't remember how you do it, but you can do it.
But
okay.
There's multiple ways, but would you want to be able to cancel drive rush from specials, or would you just want to keep it limited to certain things?
Absolutely, just keep it to normal.
Yeah.
Specials make sense. I think that would kind of just that invites really crazy gameplay, even though it would be expensive to the EXD or ODDP into like a drive rush and probably cost like 3 bars or something along those lines. Yeah, it's expensive, but like I don't know if that's healthy for a game.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. Like I said to Wash Your Hands, just to recite it, I think it's the possibility of it just crossing your mind in your head. I think that's probably the worrying part for a lot of people. Is like it is because there are some dangerous situations in Street Fighter 5 that rarely happen, but it's like it can still happen. And
yeah, exactly.
Listen, I've seen some people win off of mistakes and unexplained answers. And sometimes I feel that's the worst way to lose. Is you ask your opponent, said, "How did that happen?" He said, "I don't know." And I was like, "Are you really going to tell me you didn't know how that worked?"
Bro, make something up.
Just make me feel better about myself and the way I lost.
No mercy.
It could be crazy. But yeah, no, do you know, it's been a great time with you guys, but I've got to hit you with my surprise question right now. I did mention this at the start. So, we did play a trailer at one of the breaks before. They are going to introduce in-game commentators to the actual game to be announcers. Now, we've got Papa Tiwa from Japan and we've got Vicious from the States from you guys. But because this is a bit of talking point, if they would include 2 DLC commentators as part of maybe the opening pack for Street Fighter 6, which commentators would you want to be in the game? Again, we'll get your answer on that first. 2 commentators.
All right. From watching sets all this time, I've thought long and hard about this question. A lot of people, you've asked pretty much everybody about it already. Off rip, Saint Cola and Yipes.
I like that.
Both of them.
I like that.
Saint Cola. I love Saint Cola's energy. He's very knowledgeable about any game that he commentates place. And he brings a lot of color to commentary that just keeps things very interesting. Not just for like the players, but like spectators who aren't that from. So Yipes is the same way. I just like energy when it comes to commentary.
Okay, fair. I mean, so if you get a chip kill, you wouldn't mind if St. Cola said chip no dip. You're good with that?
Yes, I would love that.
when he does a meat, he goes meaty no vegan. Are you alright with that as well? I don't know. I feel if they bring Cola on, he might have to tone down some of his lines because again,
please don't tone him down. Don't water him down.
Do you know?
Please.
The only reason I bring that up is because you can be offended by any given thing in this world today. Now, the meaty no vegan thing is creative, but I can probably think of a few vegans that'd be a bit upset if they heard him say that. So, no, I like these two choices of Yipes and Saint Cola. They definitely bring some life, more life into the game, for sure. But wash your hands. What about you? Two commentators that you'd like to see in SF6.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna say Yipes. Because like I think his commentary is legendary. Like doesn't matter what game he's like casting for, it's always entertaining. Like he could like commentate like paint drying and somehow make it exciting. He would be like he would be on like like the Mount Rushmore of like fighting game commentators. I think Yipes is like would be on there, so I definitely would want him. And I didn't think about it until like DBGen said it, but yeah, I would want Saint Cola as well too, because he's kind of like the up and comer for Street Fighter V. So I think it'd be cool to have a Street Fighter V commentator for Street Fighter 6. Because I think he started off like with this game, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. And and I've met him a few times too, and he's like a really chill. And like I think it'd be cool for him to be on. So.
I'm gonna let you guys know a little secret. He's fantastic commentary, but he sucks at Street 5. I can tell you that.
I haven't seen him play, so I don't have an opinion.
I can tell you that firsthand because I played him.
And on record.
Just to be clear. Listen, I played him.
Keep it and clip it, guys.
Listen, I'll tell you this quick before I let you guys go. Once upon a time, we were doing the Interworld Open. We're in Poland. We're having some games, having some fun, and I kid you not, I saw Saint Cola pick Urian. He did EX violent knee drop, and he got it at the best frame advantage possible. I think it was like +4, and he did EX headbutt after that on block.
That's the Urian special.
What a degenerate.
I asked him, I said, Cola, I said, why did you do that? I said, you were in the greatest position ever. And he said, mental damage. I was like, I could never take you seriously again. I was like,
no dip.
Listen, he comes, like I said, he brings the energy and he brings the fire. And again, I never thought of it from the angle Wash Your Hands mentioned it. It's like, I'd like someone from SF5 to be in SF6.
Yeah, like an up-and-comer, like someone...
Do you know what?
Like we got Yipes with like the legacy, and then Saint Cola as like the new up and... That's a good mix.
Do you know what? I like that. And the thing is as well, shout out to Saint Cola, because Cola was actually... I actually think Saint Cola is the fastest developing commentator ever. I think he is, because he done that in a year and a half. Where he started and where he got to now in a year and a half, or probably 2 years, I should say, he got pretty far. And I like the perspective that Wash Your Hands gave us with that. So yeah, with that being
honorable
said,
honorable mention for that.
Talk to me.
Mostafles.
Hey, he said
Mostafles
Mostafles.
easily. Of course. How much you've developed, bro? Come on, quit playing.
I like that.
That's
I like
very
that.
kind of you.
I
That's
like
very
that.
kind of you.
Hey, listen, I think that DLC commentary spot could be open for anyone. Fingers crossed, because the reason I bring it up is because that's... If you're not into commentary 100%, that's game-changing for commentators. Because it's like, that could be a possibility for the next generation of fighting games. Not just Street Fighter, it could be elsewhere. It could be, hey, we want your voice in our game or in and around it. So that's why I like to ask the community who would they like to see, who they respect, and it's great that we get these different answers. I remember, I think it was the week before we had Rushdown on, he wanted the voice actor from someone in Portal. And I was like, well, That threw me off. But I'm like,
it can be anyone.
it can be like literally. He just opened the floor and he's like, yeah, that's great because it's again we've had people like Rob TV. Someone said bring back F word. So it would be great to see, and I like just asking different people's opinions. All right, so. Gentlemen, that is just about us out of time. We had an extended talk, but it's been great talking to you guys. Richard, if you put their fight card on the screen so that people can know where to follow these people, where to find them, because they do stream and they do have social media accounts. Now, gentlemen, I did mention to this to you before at the start. This is where we give you the podium to give us your final parting words. DBGen, you go first. Anything you want to say for the viewers at home?
I want to thank you guys for having me on. I want to shout out Sendian for running Digital Havoc all these years during COVID, and even with offline. You guys have helped me out so much. Shout outs to Vasa and Drew Face for running it this entire time. Shout outs to Zaf, Yuki and Nari, so many people, like there's too many to count, but thank you guys. Yeah, that's it. Just follow me on Twitter. Check out my streams on Twitch. I'll show you more cheap V-Trigger 2 stuff, I promise.
Okay.
I might have to peep that real quick.
Is that a promise?
That's absolutely a promise.
That has to be a promise. Right, wash your hands, talk to me. The podium's yours. If you don't tell us how great, amazing, if you don't tell us how great, amazing Cody is right now, I'm gonna cut you off. Look. Talk to me.
Yeah, so I want to say thank you for reaching out to me and having me on. I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. I wanted to thank Olvaha, Mostafles, Jammerz, you guys, and of course my opponent DBGen. It was a lot of fun playing, and I want to just give a shout out to again Incendium. They really really hold up the scene in Southern Ontario and the Greater Toronto area. And just our scene wouldn't be half as strong if it wasn't for them. And just they do amazing work, and I just wanted to give them a proper shout out. And I'm sure they've got something cooking for Street Fighter 6, and it's going to be really sick having everyone playing this game again. Because unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we haven't been playing as much. So it's going to be nice just having everyone back.
All right, sweet, perfect. All right, gentlemen, when you are ready, you can leave the Discord call so myself, Olvaha, and Mostafles can close out the show. But I will drop you guys a message in the Twitter group we're in once again, thanking you guys for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Take care, gentlemen.
Peace.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Well, what a show indeed. Much appreciated. Shout outs to Mufasa from the TO of Incendium, as well as the Canadian scene in general. Again, we do try to get as much representation on the show as possible, but please take into consideration, we're a small team. We do have to reach out and set this up. Sometimes Monday is a bad day for people. Other times we have committed schedules. We have real life commitments elsewhere, which we can't always get people on the show, but we try as much as we possibly can. So, Mostafles, did you enjoy today from the production end of things?
It was a dream come true. Genuinely, if I can get a little real for a moment, even before Street Fighter V came out, I was always very invested and interested in commentary. I never had the opportunity. I got into Street Fighter 4 really late. 2015 was the first year I started traveling to events. But as early as Street Fighter V has been out, the idea of having the opportunity to work with Capcom in an official capacity has been something that I've wanted to do, and over the past few years, especially during the pandemic, have been working really, really hard to try and make a reality. And to have this opportunity to have you guys reach out to me and, remember my consideration from last time when I was on sets, I said that, I'm trying to have this opportunity. I think I can do great. To feel confident enough to do that, to be on, do a great job with you guys, and feel like I did pull through on my promise to kill it today. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful.
Fantastic.
Big thumbs up.
Stuff indeed. Olvaha, did you enjoy it without Veggie today? Peaceful, wasn't it?
I did. I just want to say, if Veggie would be here ending the show, I know what he would say. This was like a future sight. I would know how he would end it.
A foresight, you'd say?
Yes. But yes, I did very much enjoy today. Always like these guys, the players, they were so nice, so polite, and very well spoken. Like I really enjoyed their answers. I feel like even though they were thrown on the spot, you know, maybe they didn't think about that beforehand, but still they had like very thorough answers to all our questions, and we did ask a lot of questions today. And honestly, the sets themselves, like the matches, they were super enjoyable, like super exciting, like back and forth to almost to the very last match. It was absolutely perfect. And Mostafles, also has been a pleasure working with you.
Hey,
and you did kill it out there. Yes.
Thank you.
Well done, well done, well done indeed. Right, we got to round this show. We got a couple of things to mention. Richard, did you happen to find that Evo page, or could you not get it? I wonder if he's got it. There it is. He's the greatest. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it is this weekend. The biggest fighting game event in our community is happening in the Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas this weekend. Street Fighter is part of the CPT. Winner gets the automatic qualification straight to the cup. Who is going to be winning at this year's event? Polls are going to be starting on Friday, and the finals are going to be on the Sunday. I wonder who's doing the finals on this Sunday. Make sure you tune into the stream and find out then. There's going to be more details on evo.gg. Also, there has been a little bit of talk. There's been a civil war going on, shall I say. And out of this civil war, this has come out of it, which is interesting. It's going to be a 5v5 in the in one of the hotel suites, brought to you by Reversal, Damascus, Logan, and Tyrant. It's going to be NA vs EU 5v5 with the team captains Mena Adi going up against Luffy. The teams will be announced later on this week. I don't know anything, by the way. I just know this is happening. I don't know anything else outside of that. But if you want to catch this action, you want to catch that smoke and enjoy some more GGs off the record, off tournaments, head on over to twitch.tv/reversal. Make sure you follow them on the Twitch channel, and make sure you follow them on their Twitter account as well. There was one last thing I wanted to mention. I don't even know if I still have it. No, don't worry. That was all of it. So, that was another interesting episode. This is an important announcement I've got to tell you guys. Next month regarding our Monday series might be a bit up and down. The stream team and myself, we've got busy schedules, obviously this weekend being one of them. And next week, we're going to be flying back from the US, so we're not going to be doing an episode. There may be 1 or 2 weeks we miss. We're still debating whether we should just completely ignore August. But I do have an argument against that. But I'm going to talk to the team after we are done here. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we had Canadian representation. They don't like their representative in the game, but they have lovable people to showcase and enjoy that. Once again, shouts to the Canadian scene. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Make sure you follow Capcom Fighters on all their respective social media platforms. And we'll see you on another episode in the near future of Sets. Until then, take care and wash your hands. See you next time.
See you guys.
Brush your teeth.
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game. This journey doesn't have a real ending. Okay then, hope you're ready to begin. If you want to start off on the right foot in this city, hit the streets.
Yeah, hey there, I do this, never fear losing. And when I get up in the game, y'all be improving. A real problem, but I solve them all face proof. And if you think I'm going forward, then you talking fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy. Or dance inside, I'm super fly like I'm hanging off the rim, boy. I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my city from the intro. Fight! Training, getting wound up, channeling the inner self and moving up and down. Crossing over, passing around, on the time like I can keep score. Years I never thought I'd cross before. When I get tired on my knees, I got it in the deep. I feel like I'm on the left, it really has got me. This is always the way, no goodbyes. If you just let again.
have some fun.
Ready? Then show me.
This will be a good fight.
This is our destiny.
My secret arts! Street Fighter 6.